live for Game 1 of the American League Division Series. Justin Verlander warming up on the mound for the Houston Astros. At the top will be our Seattle Mariners at center field, Jose Rodriguez. Ty France at first base. Eddie Suarez at third. Cal Raleigh at catcher. Haniger right field. And Verlander, looks like we're ready to go. Justin Verlander, of course, had his share of theatrics, mostly successful throughout the years. Even at 39 years old, with 28 starts, Justin Verlander is 18-4 this year with a 1.75 ERA. The Seattle Mariners have really got their work cut out for them today. As we learned, as the Toronto Blue Jays learned, though, 3-4 days ago now, when you're playing the Mariners, it's not over until it's over. They came down from 8-1, ended up winning that game. One of the biggest upsets, or biggest comebacks of playoff history, or one of the biggest collapses, if you want to look at it from Toronto's side. I mean, I guess you could look at it either way. As a Seattle fan, I choose to think of it as a comeback. What's up, PBR Street Gang in the house? Re-upping the top contender, 36 months. 26 months, excuse me, sir. PR in the house. What's going on, my man? RMC. What's up, brother? I know we're usually doing some MMA here, but I'm a big Mariners fan, and we have not been to the playoffs in 22 years. So I'm going to watch the American League Division Series here. Julio Rodriguez, 284, 28 home runs on the season, 75 RBIs. Fouls off the first one. We got 0-1 from Verlander to Rodriguez. Guys, hope you're well, man. I'm stuck at work. Can't hang out too much. Yeah, unfortunately, baseball is, I guess, for old retired people and old people like me. I don't know. 1-1 here is the count. 0 outs here, beginning of the game. Oh, Verlander, 87-mile-an-hour slider, but he throws that one way outside. Yeah, unfortunately, it's only 12:40 in the afternoon here in Seattle. I realize a lot of people are going to be at work. Best of 5 here. We will talk some MMA. I know this is an MMA channel, but I thought, hey, if I'm watching this, it'd be funner to, to commentate the thing, and hope a few of you guys show up, which you have, so thank you. 3-1 here from Verlander. Like we said earlier, 1.75 ERA on the season, but you never know how people are going to react in the playoffs. Even guys that have been there many times, like Verlander has, can have an off night, and he throws that one up and away, and he walks Rodriguez in 5 pitches. But yes, I am doing well, PR. Thanks for asking. Thanks for popping in, guys. Top of the first. Rodriguez on first. 0 outs here with Verlander on the mound. 5 pitches is the count. 5-all to Rodriguez, and Rodriguez looked like he might run. He comes back. 94-mile-an-hour fastball there from Verlander. Ty France up at the plate. 274 with 20 home runs and 83 RBIs this year. And Verlander, whoa, and that one is very high. 94-mile-an-hour fastball gets away from Verlander, his 7th pitch of the inning. And 2-0 count here to Ty France. So 7 pitches, very early here, but very un-Verlander-like performance here so far. France fouls that one away, but before that pitch, You know, he was 6 for 7, 6 balls for 7 pitches. What's up, Post Reloaded? Mikey, cover my team, the Stros. What's going on, my man? Yeah, I hope you guys good luck next year after my Seattle Mariners beat you. Now, baseball, I don't really care about that, but it's your team, love your stream, so I'm in for the long ball. Well, thank you, Robert. Always free to talk some MMA, guys, and you know it's baseball. And you know there's going to be plenty of dead time to talk MMA, talk about the card coming up this weekend, and all the boxing coming on this weekend. Deontay Wilder returning this weekend to very little attention being given to that. And France ties that one away, 2-2. 9 pitches here in the inning. Verlander. Mariners have Julio Rodriguez on first, no outs. All 4 pitches thrown to Ty France have been all fastballs, 394s at a 95 mile an hour. And the pitch, and a swing, and that's a hit. It goes through the middle, and Rodriguez will round second to third. Runners on first and third with no outs. Seattle, a team that no one expected them to be here halfway through the season after a unexpected brawl with the Anaheim Angels, where an Angels pitcher had hit several batters. The Mariners thought, it was on purpose. There ended up being a bench-clearing brawl. Following that, the Angels collapsed. The Mariners won 14 in a row, and they never looked back until this last series. Of course, they were going against the Toronto Blue Jays. They won the first game. Second game, they were down 8-1. I actually changed the channel for a moment. My wife looked at me, and she's like, that's a Seattle team. We always come back. So reluctantly, I turned it back from 8-1. We end up tying it up and winning it. I think we got to 9. I think we won 9-8. Ended up getting to 9 in the 8th inning, I believe. Suarez up, just a 236 batting average, but 31 home runs. Not the greatest batting average on Seattle. We've done it with a lot of home runs this year, and that's a nice changeup, 80-mile-an-hour changeup under the plate there for Verlander. That's a strike, and that's going to be 1-1. So, like I said, two runners on first and third with 0 outs. Getting ready for my trip across the northern states from Massachusetts to Minnesota, 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning. Sounds like fun, Robert. Travel safe, brother. How is the eye doing, Robert? I know I'd have been doing better. Everything's still going well, I hope. All right, Verlander up, 87-mile-an-hour changeup over the plate. That is another strike, and Verlander seems to be warming up. That's 2-2 here on Suarez. My youngest niece getting married Saturday. Oh, it's awesome, man. Congrats. And congratulations to her and the lucky groom. Oh, 88-mile-an-hour fastball over the plate, and that's a strikeout looking for Verlander. Strikes out Suarez. First out of the game for Verlander. And, sometimes even a good pitcher takes a little while to warm up. Verlander definitely looks like he is warming up. He looked a lot more effective that at bat than the 2 before. Mariners still first and third, though, and they got Speedy Rodriguez on third. If he gets a little bit of daylight, he'll come in and still home. He's fast. And 79-mile-an-hour changeup. That is a strike. And most of his career, he has been automatic. Cal Raleigh just 211 batter during the regular season, but his big thing is the homers. Like a lot of these guys, like I said, 27 home runs during the regular season, along with 63 RBIs. Almost every one of these Mariners you've seen, everyone you've seen come up so far, has had over 25 home runs. And the catcher, Raleigh, will take the 1-1 pitch. Verlander throws, and the swing. And that's a base hit, and that's going to score Rodriguez. And France rounds second to third, and once again, we have runners on first and third, and that is the first score of the ball game for our Seattle Mariners. The eye is fine. Hopefully everything stays that way. I hope so, man. Should arrive in Minnesota around Thursday afternoon. Only 24-hour drive. Plus gas and food stops. Maybe a little rest at a truck stop, but driving straight through. Yeah, be careful and stay awake, man. Take a rest if you need it. That's a long drive. I don't think I've never driven that far. I was going to say I think. I know I haven't. First I've driven is 15 hours ever. All right, and Mitch Haniger at the plate, 246, 11 home runs this season with 34 RBIs. Haniger known more for his defense than his bat, but these bats have been on fire recently for the Mariners. He fouls that one off. That was a hard hit foul. Pitch count on Verlander for the inning is 20 already, and he's only got one out. 1-1 is the count. Mariners leading 1-0. Runners on first and third. And big pitch here for Verlander. A changeup. And that's popped up and that's caught. And France, he is not as fast as Rodriguez. I don't even know if Rodriguez would have made that. They cut that off pretty quick. But he's going to stay on third. "21 pitches for Verlander so far, but now 2 outs. Carlos Santana at the plate. Batting .202, just .202 this season, the designated hitter, but 19 home runs, 60 RBIs. 88-mile-an-hour fastball, but that one falls in the dirt. 0-1. Carlos Santana, he does not swing at bad balls. Veteran guy, much like Verlander here, but didn't have the greatest batting average this season, but he fouls that one away. 1-1, 23rd pitch of the inning for Verlander. Oh, I'm not driving. I'm in third row getting drunk. Cousin and her husband switching on and off driving. That's the way to do it. All right, third pitch here to Santana, and he pops that one up, and that will be caught, and that is the end of the inning. Mariners were threatening on third, but just get the first. All right, 1-0 Mariners, but Astros are coming up. You know, I think baseball is going to be a little easier sport to stream than MMA, though. It does not move near as fast. Plenty of time to change everything in the background here. Seen that. Yeah, well, hey, you're here. You got the notification. Hey, what do you know? YouTube did their job. They just, a big thing. I know some of you guys also stream. I know Greg streams, Arcade Chaos. I don't know if there's anybody in here that streams, but anybody who doesn't know yet, YouTube just made a huge deal with music industries. I don't know if this is going to go across everything, but for now, all of the shorts, so all of the videos out there that are 1 minute or less, they've made a deal with music companies to where we'll be able to use music from major artists now. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm open to any of you guys' ideas for 1 minute videos, because 1 minute is not a whole long time, but I already had one idea. I'm going to start on working some videos as soon as I have the time and motivation. And that's going to be called the 1 minute matchup. And I'm going to take matchups from the card that are coming up, and I'm going to fit as much information about those two fighters in that matchup as I can in 1 minute. Maybe a little quiet background music in the back now that I can use anything I want, and we'll see how that goes. But I got some ideas for 1 minute. Run it by you guys. I don't how successful do you guys think 1 minute profiles would be? I was thinking for the shorts, they just monetized them. That's why I wasn't doing too many shorts before either. We're finally going to get paid for them now. We weren't getting paid for them before. Altuve, Pena, Alvarez, Bregman, Tucker, Gabriel, Mancini, McCormick, and Maldonado. That is your batting order for you Houston Astros. Got a couple of 300 batters there too. Gilbert on the mound for the Mariners. Logan Gilbert, 32 starts, 13-6 with a 3.2 ERA during the regular season. This is his first career postseason start. Throws a ball. First pitch. Mike, you're going to cover the BKFC event this weekend. I didn't even know. I didn't even know that they were on. What day is it? Friday, Saturday, Sunday? I'm assuming not Sunday. I'll have to check it out, man. Oh, glad you found it. Yep, TBS. Altuve going yards. His post reloaded. All right, JP Crawford at shortstop. At third base will be Eugenio Suarez. Catcher Cal Raleigh in the outfield. Right field, Mitch Haniger. Center field, Julio Rodriguez. Left field, Jared Kelenic. And the pitch from Gilbert to Pena. And that's a swing and a miss for Pena, 0-1. One out here in the bottom of the first. Pena, 253 with 22 home runs and 63 RBIs during the regular season. But there's another whiff there from Pena, 0-2. Hard to not, when Gilbert goes back and throws like that, it's hard to not think of Randy Johnson when you see that long, wavy hair flowing as he moves forward to throw that fastball. Of course, Randy Johnson, the best pitcher in Seattle Mariners history. And that was a sick slider. He had a lot of movement on that. It ended up being really low, but it was deceptive. Pena trying to catch up with it, and he just couldn't track it. Alvarez, first pitch, pops it up. And that's 3 outs. 6-pitch inning. Great start for Logan Gilbert to his postseason career. Got to think he was a little nervous coming in. Very nervous, I'm sure. Not only his first playoff game, but to be facing the great Justin Verlander. That's no enviable task. Richmond versus Doolittle. When is it, though? Do you know, Ice Cold Fox? I mean, I could look it up here, I guess, but I have the BKFC app here. So, Saturday. Okay. There's a lot going on Saturday. We got UFC and we got Deontay Wilder fighting. So, if it fits in between those two things, possibly, but I'm definitely watching UFC and Deontay. I never missed Deontay Wilder fight. And real quick, in between innings, let's bring up that weekend UFC card. I think we're gonna have a minute here. TBS sports like to show their commercials, as you guys know. So. All right, guys, if people are tuning in, you're thinking, why is there not baseball on? Well, we'll be right back to baseball in a minute, but this is an MMA crowd. So we're going to go through, I'm just going to go through real quick and talk about the few matchups that caught my eye. Tetsuro Taira against Sergey Vergara. I like that fight. Nick Maximov, a Diaz protege, against Jacob Malcon. Rafael Assunção versus prospect Victor Henry. We will come back for more of that, but it's actually a pretty loaded card for a fight night, guys. Adam Frazier coming up, second baseman for the Mariners, 238, just 3 home runs during the season. But he rips that one foul. And that's going to be 0-2. And Verlander seems to be in a groove right now. He started out a little slow, but I think he's definitely in a groove now. I did see the PFL. Oh, Aspen Ladd's first opponent in PFL is going to be Kayla Harrison for main event. The first pay-per-view. Poor Aspen. She going to get hurt. Oh, and there's a hit. And Frazier on first. Up the middle goes Frazier. Just a nice little bloop over the second baseman there. One zero Mariners. No, I had not heard that she was fighting Kayla though. And that one's down the middle. That's going to be another hit. And Frazier thinks about rounding second to go for third, but he realizes he would not have made it and comes back 2 on, no outs here in the top of the second for the Seattle Mariners. Levon Bell is fighting Uriah Hall on the co-main of Jake Paul and Anderson Silva card. Your thoughts? This is the first time hearing of it. I didn't know Uriah Hall was even cut from the UFC. I'd heard something about it. Maybe I forgot. I'm very looking forward to Jake Paul and Anderson Silva, though. 21st, right? October 21st, I believe, is Silva and Paul. Le'Veon Bell. I think Le'Veon Bell's going to get the shit kicked out of him then, because Uriah Hall's a fighter and Le'Veon Bell was a running back. All right, 1-0. The pitch from Verlander. Runners on first and second, and Frazier leading on second there. He's got some speed. "30 pitches so far, 2 on and no outs. 2-0 the count here. Verlander pitching to J.P. Crawford, who swings. That's going to be a pop fly. Is it going to be high enough to get a man to third? And both runners tag and move up, so a sacrifice fly for J.P. Crawford. 1 out, 2 on. Runners on second and third here in the top of the second. That sounds really interesting, though, Robert. Yeah, I'd love to see Uriah Hall kick the shit out of... I mean, I have nothing against Le'Veon Bell, but I like to see Uriah Hall score some more knockouts in his career and make some more money. Why not? All right, and Julio Rodriguez, we batted around. Julio Rodriguez back up here again for the Mariners. Just a second inning. 2 on, 1 out, top of the second. And that's a swing and a whiff. Oops. And he did not go around. That's 1-1 here on Rodriguez. Already had a walk and scored a run. The only run of the ball game. Jake Paul card 29. Thank you. I just couldn't remember. Well, don't know if deal was done for Aspen and Caleb, but Aspen said she wanted it to be her first fight. Harrison posted back, quoting Matthew McConaughey. All right, all right, all right. Damn, all right. 1-2. The count here, this Astro crowd up on their feet. PR, Pulse Reloaded's Astro crowd here. All right, 1-2, 1 out. Runners on second and third. Julio Rodriguez at the bat, and he swings. And that's deep, and that's going to hit the top of the fence, and that's going to score a run. 2 runs. And Rodriguez the second, a 2 RBI double for Julio Rodriguez, and the Seattle Mariners go up 3-0. What a start for the Seattle Mariners in their first American League Division Series playoff game in 22 years. The last time the Mariners were at the playoffs, I was with young David. He was 8 months old, and his mom had to take him out of the ballpark because it was too loud, and we have not been back to the playoffs since. Happy for your Seattle baseball team, but can't say the same for your Seahawks. Fly, Eagles, fly. Hey, what about Geno Smith, though? Is Billy Hughes in here? Billy Hughes in here? How's that Russell Wilson trade working out for you guys? No. We might as well rob you guys at gunpoint. Ty France, 1 for 1. He's 274 with 20 home runs on the season, 83 RBIs, 0-1 36 pitches here in just the second inning for Verlander. A very un-Verlander-like performance so far. And PBR Street Gang with the Super Chat. Thank you, sir. Not even a fight companion. A PBR Street Gang's got his checkbook out. Appreciate it, sir. And he takes that one looking. 1-2. Runner on second still. Just one out here in the top of the second. 38 pitches so far in just 2 innings for Justin Verlander. And France swung a little late on that one, fouls it off. That's going to be 1-2. I think he just mistimed the speed on that pitch, it looked like. One and two, Verlander back, the pitch, and France will foul it off. Still 1-2 here. France 1 for 1 today. Had a hit in that first inning where the Mariners scored a run. They've tacked on 2 more here in the second. Verlander's ERA for the regular season, 1.75. He's already over that. And Verlander's really jamming France up because he swung really late at that again. Fouls it off. But he's having a really hard time getting the timing of Verlander down. Eagles 5-0, baby. PBR cheers. Yeah, they're very good, man. Hey, I hope they have a good season for you, Robert. I got nothing against the Eagles. I don't think we're going to do a whole lot this year. It's a building year. And down the middle, that's another hit. And an RBI single for Ty France. 4-0 Seattle Mariners. My, oh my. Right on a curve bar, and France hits it right over the plate. Lines it right up the middle. The only guy that was going to get to that maybe probably was Verlander, and he cracked that so fast. I don't think Verlander really had a chance. Suarez swings at the first pitch, fouls it away. 0-1 the count. 1 out here in the top of the second. That's the 43rd pitch for Justin Verlander in just 2 innings. And Verlander, the American League ERA leader. That just shows you how hot the Seattle Mariners have been recently. And Suarez looks at that one. That's going to be a ball, 1-1. Low and outside. I have never seen a reliever warming up in the bullpen when Justin Verlander was pitching in the second inning. Veteran manager Dusty Baker, though, for the Houston Astros, already got relievers warming up. We'll see if that lights a fire under Verlander's, under his rump and gets him moving, or if we end up with somebody else in there. 45 pitches here for Verlander. The count 1-2 on Suarez. And he fouls that one off. Still 1-2. This is a tremendous, for those who don't watch baseball all the time, this is a tremendous amount of pitches to be at with 1 out in the top of the second inning. 46 pitches. I mean, very rarely in today's game do you let a guy go over 100 pitches. And he's halfway there. And outside ball, 2-2. Low and outside, a little bit of boo there from the Astros fans, but I mean, technically it was not in the strike zone. Do you see that one called sometimes? Yes. But when a guy's struggling, it seems like you're less likely to get those, those close calls. And that was definitely a ball. And Suarez fouls that one off, a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. 48th pitch there from Verlander. At 39 years old, and it's almost like Justin Verlander got old overnight. I mean, I'm sure that's not the case. Everybody has a bad night, a bad start. Brian Abreu warming up in the bullpen. And almost another hit there. They get it to second and a double play. Verlander gets out of the inning, but not before the Mariners tack on 3 more runs. 4-0 Seattle Mariners. Houston Astros will be back up after this break. Hate them cheating Astros, says Robert. I've never heard anything about the Astros cheating, but thanks for the support, Robert. We don't want to hurt PR's feelings. I try and be a good sport. I used to take sports way too seriously, and I had to stop watching them for many years. And then I just kind of like calmed down, like, okay, it's really not that important. All right, bottom of the second inning when we come back up. But while we're waiting during the commercial break, let's go back to this weekend's UFC card, guys. And like I said, it's a great fight night card. I can't wait to see Victor Henry fight at bantamweight against Rafael Assunção. That's a great one. Jacob Malkoun and Nick Maximov, man, that's another toss-up fight too. Maximov, of course, the protege of the Diaz brothers and the Gracies. Brandon Davis taking on Mana Martinez at bantamweight. Great prelim card. And then the main card it comes right at you with a fire light heavyweight bout between Misha Cirkunov and Alonzo Menefield. I like Menefield at minus 205 on that one quite a bit, by the way. But, Misha, he's a good fighter. Jordan Wright versus Dusko Todorovic. I like Todorovic a lot at minus 195. A lot. I will be putting money down on him. My fight of the night right here, Brandon Royville and Askarov. I mean, this is just an absolutely huge bout at flyweight. Could have title implications. Askarov, a minus 240 favorite coming into that one. But Brandon Royville, not an easy out, plus 200. Cub Swanson, the veteran, and we got a poll up for this right now. One of my favorite fighters to watch at bantamweight, even though he is aging, taking on Jonathan Martinez. Martinez, a minus 205 favorite coming into this one. And then the main event, Alexa Grasso versus the most violent woman in MMA, Vivian Orejo. I've never seen anyone get so much glee out of hurting her opponent as Vivian Orejo. And perfect timing. We are back. Alex Bregman up 259, 23 home runs on the season. Bottom of the second, 4-0 Mariners. First pitch for Gilbert, and that is a strike. Jeff Neal versus Shavrod was also just announced as well. Did you hear that? No, I didn't. When? Not this week, right? That's a good fight, though. Torrin Brown. It's Torrin Brown up in here. Torrin Brown sent me something that they were close to making a deal between Conor McGregor and Justin Gaethje. I would love to see that fight. Oh, and that one in the dirt for Gilbert. 1-2. Just 9 pitches so far for Gilbert, though. A 6-pitch first inning. And the pitch to Brennan, high and inside. Ball 2, full count, 2-2. Or excuse me, not full count, 2-2. Apparently no baseball fans finding this. And Brennan's going to foul that one. And Ty France is there to catch it. And that's the first out of the inning. All right, bottom of the second, 1 out. Kyle Tucker up 257, 30 home runs, and 107 RBIs during the regular season for Tucker. And high and outside, 98-mile-an-hour fastball there from Gilbert, but it's outside the strike zone, 0-1. Or excuse me, in the strike zone, 0-1. Most RBIs by a left-handed batter in a single season in Astros history. But a swing and a miss there for Tucker. That's 0-2. Gilbert pitching a gem of a game so far. It's very early, but 13 pitches so far for Gilbert. And that one's fouled off. Still 0-2. Fifteenth pitch of the game here for Gilbert. Oh, and that one gets in the dirt. Low and outside, 87-mile-an-hour slider, and he loses control of that one. 1-2. And the pitch and a swing, that one's fouled off. Still 1-2. Kevin Holland versus Wonder Boy was also announced. Your thoughts on that? I seen that. Much better matchup for Holland. Man, that's a toss-up. I think Holland can do really well in that fight. Wonder Boy slowed down a bit over the years. I think he's gonna. That's gonna be a challenge with the reach of Holland a little bit. I really like Holland in that fight. Low and outside. 2-2. That's what the fourth ball Gilbert's lost in the dirt. All on sliders. Gilbert has an array of pitches, though. He's got a great knuckleball, a slider, a curveball, a fastball. And there a changeup over the plate. 80-mile-an-hour, but that one caught by Ty France. 2 outs. All right, Gilbert coming up, 19th pitch, 2 outs, bottom of the second. And Gilbert back. And there's a swing, and that's a hit up the middle. Number 10, Guriel. Nice single right up the middle. Astros are the rightful 2017 World Series champions. I hear you, Pauls. UFC 283, Brazil, Walker versus Paul Craig. I seen that. That's a really interesting fight. I really liked the changes that Johnny Walker made in that last fight. I mean, a guy that's just a swinger and just a knockout guy to come and show so many more wrinkles on his game. I mean, that's why I love this sport, man. Trey Mancini up 239, 18 home runs. Fouls out the first pitch. 63 RBIs also during the regular season. Gilbert back high and inside. 96 mile an hour fastball. Got Haney or Camboso Saturday night. Man, the way Haney pieced him up in the first fight, that's going to be a hard one for Cambosos, man. I got to go with Haney again. I just don't know that Cambosos has an answer for him. And there's a pop-up, and that is caught for the third out. And we will go to the top of the third. Mariners 4, Astros 0. Astros got their first hit of the game. That inning, but already to inning number 3. I say already, and this game's almost an hour old. So I guess that's not already. But all right, everybody, please hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button. Hit that share button on social media. Guys, we might be able to get some non-fight fans, some baseball fans in here. Maybe we'll convert them and get them to come over and watch a couple of MMA fights one of these days. January 14th. What do you think about it, Pulse Reloaded? Who do you have? I said, I got Haney. I think he gets a unanimous decision win again. January 14th is a Neal versus Shavrat fight. Hopefully 5-round main and a fight night. Hopefully location to be announced, assuming it will be Apex. Man, I hope they start to move out of the Apex more next year. But I guess Dana said it's working out really well for them. He says it's a lot less moving parts for sure during the week. And when they got that contract with UFC, maybe you know how many weeks it is, but it's something like I think they have to have at least 40 fight nights during the year. It might be even more on that ESPN contract. But I think the Apex is there to stay at least have some of the fight nights there every year. I just hope it's much less often. Robert says, I got Haney. Yeah, and he's a huge favorite on the odds after that first fight. I was looking at it. I wanted to say he was like a 7-1, which, that's almost tempting to throw a couple bucks on Cambosos, but the way Haney beat him that first fight, it's very hard to think that fight's going to go any different. Why can't I find this fight now? Oh, because there is a ton of boxing this weekend. It is boxing weekend. Change up from Verlander, a swing, and it almost gets there. But Verlander tags him out, first out of the third. Just one pitch there needed from Verlander to get the first out of the inning. Clarissa Shields fighting this weekend too, by the way. She was an underdog when the odds came out against Savannah Marshall. She has moved to a slight favorite at minus 130. A lot of bets coming in on Clarissa. Jason Mahoney and the Mahoney brothers also fighting this weekend. Jason and Andrew. Haney's a minus 1,000 now. Plus 600 if you're looking for Cambosos money. Wow, that is huge odds. Why in the hell is Islam the favorite for 280? He was a big favorite when they opened. I want to say he was like 240. And then Oliveira, money started coming in on Oliveira. 2-0, there's a swing. And that's going to be a ground out. Quick one there for Verlander. 2 outs. And Verlander seems to have gotten things back under control here in the third. Looking way more Verlander-like. UFC Fight Night Orlando just announced. RDA versus Bam Bam Barberena. Oh, dude, Barberena is one of my favorite fighters to watch right now. That's a great matchup. All right, 2 outs, nobody on, top of the third. Pitch and a swing there from Santana. Just 202 with 19 home runs and 60 RBIs for the designated hitter during the regular season. And he fouls that one off 0-2. So Verlander 1 strike away from ending the third and going 3 and out. I think with Habib in Islam's corner, he can't lose, in my opinion. He's definitely a feather in the cap. Inside fastball, 88-mile-an-hour fastball. That's a ball, 1-2. I'm not sure Verlander meant to go quite that far inside, but he definitely meant to throw a ball and give Santana something to fish for on the 0-2 pitch, which you should on an 0-2. And you see Santana standing way off the plate now, and he fouls that one back. 57th pitch of the game there for Verlander. And Verlander, the windup, inside. 2-2. And Santana kind of crowding the inside of the plate there a little bit, but I don't know if Verlander was trying to get him off of it, or that might be a little bit of a mental game here going on between Santana and Verlander. If anything, Santana is going to get a few more pitches onto Verlander's 58 pitch count. And there's a swing, and Santana's going to pop that one up. And that's going to be 3 and out for Verlander here in the third. Great inning there for Verlander, but his pitch count is way up there. Going into the bottom of the third, Astros still looking to put their first run on the board. Seattle Mariners 4-0. All right, and they are having a commercial break, guys, and I'm going to try to get a little bit of money here. We will have a commercial break here in just a moment. If you guys don't mind watching the commercial for me, I appreciate it. Well, and never mind, because I'm having a hard time getting onto my own stream here to find it. There we go. This is predict a boring fight with Islam doing what Dagestani's do and out wrestle Charles for a 5-round decision. I don't know, man. Do you really want to take Oliveira down and risk getting submitted, though? I mean, every time it goes to the ground, Oliveira's got more submissions than anybody in UFC history. So, hard to say. All right, guys, there's 4 up in the chat. But like I said, if you haven't hit that like button yet, please hit that like button, hit that share button. And a swing and a foul off here from number 20, McCormick. Chas McCormick, 245 with 14 home runs and 44 RBIs during the regular season. The center fielder, 23 pitches here so far for Gilbert. And the windup, a swing from McCormick. That's going to be a hit down the middle. That looks like, oh, no, just a single. I thought it was possible 2, but they cut it off quick. So 1 on, no outs here in the bottom of the 3rd for the Astros. Looking to put their first score on the board. And Scott Surveys, the coach there for the Seattle Mariners, talking about these just 2-game sweep of the Blue Jays, but an historic comeback in that game too. Gilbert with the pitch, and that's going to be fouled off. 0-1. And Martin Maldonado batting just 186 during the regular season, but 15 home runs and 45 RBIs for the catcher. Swing and a miss, 0-2. And so far, Gilbert has been nothing but fire. And that one's a low and outside, 87-mile-an-hour changeup, 1-2. Actually, a slider, sorry, there for Gilbert. 30th pitch of the ball game coming up for Gilbert. And the pitch, Maldonado fouls off another one. 12 for 43 in the last 14 games, batting .279, with 3 home runs and 7 RBIs. So Martin Maldonado been batting much better recently. Wrestling is far more superior than BJJ, in my opinion. A great wrestler won't get submitted. We'll see. Oh, that one got away from him. Down the middle, but way high. Count 2-2 here for Gilbert against Maldonado. And Gilbert taking a second to think about that next pitch. As you see some Seattle Supersonics, old school Seattle Supersonic hoodie there in the crowd. Hope to see that team come back soon. Wow, and another high one, but he gets him. Maldonado swings at it, and that's an out. And 2 strikeouts in this game for Gilbert. One out for the Astros here. 1 on. Man on first. What's up, Billy Hughes in the house? Just put 50 on Seattle to score 6 or more runs. Please, Mariners, score a couple more. Hey, I'm with you there, Billy. And fouls that one into the dirt. What odds did you get on that? Because you probably got pretty good odds with Verlander pitching. And with that pitch, Gilbert has thrown, his first pitch has been a strike to 9 of the first 10 batters. Altuve up at bat. Oh, and that one's high. 1-1. Tough out here, though, Jose Altuve. And that one's outside. 84-mile-an-hour slider gets away from Gilbert. Plus 100, 50 to make 50. Nice. Robert says, cheers, Billy. 92 hits, 52 doubles, 23 home runs, and 49 RBIs during the regular season. And that's going to be another ball. Low slider. 3-1 as Gilbert at risk of walking his first batter of the game and putting 2 on with just 1 out. Pena on deck. And if the Astros score, that might be good for you, Billy, because that's going to make the Mariners need to score more. Get those 6 runs. Low and outside, 93-mile-an-hour changeup, and Gilbert walks his first batter of the game. And that gets a little look from the skipper. All right, 1 away. 2 on. Runners on first and second with Jeremy Pena coming up to the plate. 22 home runs, 63 RBIs during the regular season. Batted .253 from shortstop. Roberts, is he going to walk him? He did walk him. All right. Oh, and Pena hits that one. It's going, and it's caught. But runners tag. McCormick tags and runs to third. Runners on the corners now, first and third. So a sacrifice fly there for Pena. Astros batting .270 with runners in scoring position. For your entire team to be batting .270, that's pretty hot. First in the American League. Yordan Alves, big dude, 37 home runs, 97 RBIs during the regular season. Also batted .306. I don't know if we have one Mariner that batted over 300 this year. Big at bat here with 2 outs. And first pitch misses. Gilbert was high there, and Gilbert's got to be squeezing his cheeks just a little bit now. Yordan Alvarez is just a monster. Batted .283 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position during the regular season. And he catches that one. It is up. It is going. And it's off the fence. He loses it in the light. That's going to score at least 1. 2 RBI double. And we got a ball game. 4-2. My team will never win a World Series. Hard being a Rockies fan. Dude, we've never won a World Series either. So, and this is the first time we've been in the playoffs for 22 years. So, I feel you, brother. Yep, 2 RBI double. And now this crowd is into it. And Bregman up. He's also a tough out. I mean, this Astros lineup is just full of big hitters. And you see that sky ball there. That was a high one off of the fence. They never had a shot. Almost out. Almost a home run. All right, runner on second with 2 outs, bottom of the third. 2-0 to Bregman. And Gilbert early was getting ahead of every batter, but he's fallen behind on the last 2 batters. And he's fallen behind here on Bregman, 2-0. 43rd pitch for him of the game. Bregman fouls that one off, 2-1. Big pitch coming up. Bregman just .215 on the road during the regular season. Batted .305 at home. And he fouls that one away, 2-2 the count. 2-2, 2 outs, runner on second. 4-2 Mariners. In this best of 5 American League Division Series, Game 1. The pitch, and it is up and inside. Full count, 3-2, 2 outs, bottom of the third. And what young boy didn't play in the backyard with that wiffle ball and the plastic bat? 2 outs, bottom of the inning. Runners on base, and there's the pitch. It's high and inside, and he walks him. And that puts 2 on. 2 stellar innings from Gilbert to start the game out, but he is definitely struggling here in the bottom of the third, and that's going to bring the pitching coach to the mound. He's going to try to calm Gilbert down a little bit. Young guy, Gilbert's first postseason game of his career. What's up, Isaiah? Gilbert looking defeated, says Robert. How's it going at Fights of Friends? Good to see you live. Seattle breaking that playoff drought. You live for Fight Night this weekend? Hell yeah, Isaiah. We got a lot of fights this weekend. Big UFC card, Deontay Wilder fight. Some bare knuckle boxing. The Mulaney brothers are fighting. God, who else was fighting? Everybody's fighting this weekend in boxing. All right, Kyle Tucker, 257, 30 home runs and 107 RBIs during the regular season. Another big at bat here for Gilbert. And I know he's a good pitcher, but he's a young pitcher in the playoffs, and he's got a lot of pressure on him right now. A swing, and That one's fouled away, 0-1. Tucker will make you work, though. And 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Tucker fouls that one away, 0-2. This would be a huge out for Gilbert if he's able to get the strikeout or a pop-up here. 49th pitch of the game for Gilbert. And low and in the dirt. 84-mile-an-hour slider, 1-2. There's a couple boxing events on the 15th, right? Yeah, several. Also, Haney and Cambosos Jr. And a swing and a miss there. And he strikes him out. Big out for Gilbert. But the Astros put 2 runs on the board here in the bottom of the third. And we will move on to the fourth. 4-2 Seattle Mariners. Oops. If I can type today. Be busy doing niece's wedding, but I'm going to try and pop it in and out of chat. Well, enjoy it, man. About driving a car for 24 hours from Massachusetts to Minnesota. All right, 4th inning coming up. Top of the 4th coming up here. And TBS likes to get their ad revenue. Go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you hit that share button. Let's try to get some baseball fans up in here. Some of you will get an ad here for a moment as the TV gives us ad. I'm trying to make a little revenue off of the stream, guys. Try to get a little bang for our buck. Some of you got an ad. Some of you are still here and didn't get an ad. But like I said earlier, big UFC card coming up. They only to win 3 of 5 games to win series, right? Yep, 3 out of 5. And they're in Houston right now. In Houston for 2, I believe, and then Seattle for 2. And then back to Houston if Game 5 is needed. All right, and Verlander, 92-mile-an-hour curveball, and that's a strike. 0-1. Adam Frazier behind the counter already. 238, 3 home runs during the regular season for the second baseman. 42 RBIs. And the pitch, that's fouled away. 0-2. And Verlander seemed to have, caught a little bit of that Verlander magic in a bottle in the last inning, and he's looking to build on that momentum here in the 4th. Really rough start to the game for Verlander, very un-Verlander-like, but he seems to be getting it together now. Not the biggest MLB fan, more of a combat NBA NFL fan, but I don't mind turning on here. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing a regular season baseball game unless you guys wanted it. All right, 0-2 here on Frazier as he fouls that one away. 63rd pitch of the contest for Verlander coming up. And the pitch, inside and a swing and a miss. Frazier, he chases that one and one out here in the top in the fourth for Verlander. So not a lot of people in this one, guys, for the regulars. I appreciate you. Some of you are going to get a commercial break in between every inning. So between every top, bottom inning break, guys, just because otherwise I think I'm going to make about 50 cents for this video. So I appreciate if you're able to watch those ads. Nice slider on the inside there for Verlander. Goes ahead on the first pitch. Oh, excuse me, out of the strike zone. 1-0. I thought that was a strike. I'm waiting to do some NBA. I'm waiting for my Sonics to come back soon, hopefully. Only been waiting for 14 years. 87-mile-an-hour changeup, and that's a strike. 1-1. Verlander's got a nasty changeup. Actually, a slider there, excuse me. He changed up the speed on it. How about that? And another strike on a curveball there for Verlander, 1-2. And he is throwing the whole array of pitches now. Can't let this guy get comfortable. And he is very comfortable right now. 1-2. 1 out, top of the fourth. 4-2 Mariners. The pitch, and that's a swing. And that's the second strikeout of the inning for Verlander. You know, you can be the big star during the regular season. When the playoffs comes, it's put up or shut up. It doesn't matter what you do during the regular season. And Verlander's had a lot of postseason games. Actually, most strikeouts in postseason history. He just passed Clayton Kershaw with 208 strikeouts. 94-mile-an-hour fastball there. A ball to J.P. Crawford, 1-0. Crawford just 243 during the regular season with 6 home runs. I'm out of the eye breaks, Mike. Shoot them over here. I just hit insert ad, and they give them to YouTube. Gives them to a random amount of you guys. Thank you. I appreciate that, though. High and inside there from Verlander. JP 0 for 1 so far today. 69th pitch of the game there for Verlander. Here comes number 70. 2-0 on Crawford. And that one's high and outside. 3-0. So Verlander may end up walking Crawford here. Is he going to give him something to hit here? 71st pitch of the game here for Verlander. And there's a strike. A slider there from Verlander. 3-1. Rodriguez on deck. Julio Rodriguez, should he get up? And there's a big one, and that's a towering ball. And it is out of here, baby. My, oh my, a home run for J.P. Crawford. That's a solo, but that puts the time bender just one run away from winning that $50. 5-2 here in the top of the fourth. That was a sky ball from Crawford. One more, Billy. You getting paid. Wow, first home run that Verlander's given up since July, and that was also to a Mariner, Santana. Julio Rodriguez up, takes a strike. What a shot from J.P. Crawford. 74th pitch of the game for Verlander. That was a slick slider, and that's a strike there for Verlander. Yeah, there was no doubt in that one for Crawford. 0-2 pitch here, though, for Rodriguez. And there's a ball, 88-mile-an-hour slider. And that's the thing with a veteran like Verlander. You know, being down, a lot of guys might have, you know, gotten flustered from giving up that home run. Verlander just doesn't even lose a stride. Goes up in the count 0-2 on the very next batter. 76th pitch of the game for Verlander. And that's a shot down the middle. That's going to be a double. And he runs a third and a triple for Speedy Rodriguez. What was I telling you guys earlier? Julio Rodriguez with some wheels, baby. Sliding into third. Wow. A walk, a run scored, and now a triple for Julio Rodriguez through 4 innings. And just a beautiful swing there from Rodriguez. And he gets just off first and he realizes I might be able to get third. Turns on the afterburners and slides into third for a triple. Can they hit him home? No sacrifices here. Verlander with the 77th pitch of the game. And that one fouled off by Ty France. Yeah, big triple. That's why I call him Speedy Rodriguez. Justin Verlander, 78th pitch of the game. That one low and outside, 1-1. And the Mariners, for the moment, have silenced this Astro crowd. Ty France already 2 for 2. 2 singles and an RBI. The pitch. And he catches a hold of that one. And off the wall. And Rodriguez will score. And the Mariners go up 6-2. And that's your money ball, Billy Hughes. And oh man, Alvarez had that. He had it in his glove, diving off the ball. Then he had it with the other hand and loses it. Look at the replay there. Wow, did he fly to try to catch that one too. Wow. I mean, that's one of those where I can't say Alvarez should have caught it, but he definitely almost had it. Spectacular jump just out of his reach. He dropped it. Cash money, baby. Too easy. Good one, man. No hot wall. We didn't drop it. Oh yeah, it hit the wall. Yeah. So close, but yet so far. Well, he had his glove on it. And now Abreu warming up in the bullpen again. Wow, as Suarez fouls that one off. 236 batter. Only 236 batter, but 31 home runs. and 86 RBIs during the regular season for Suarez. Verlander up 0-1 against Suarez here, top of the 4-6-2 Mariners. 2 outs. Pitch from Verlander, and that one's hit down the middle. And oh, that is not going to score, and he is caught. Somebody got greedy around in third. And Ty France gets caught there. But 6-2, middle of the fourth. What a game so far, just for the 22-year playoff drought Seattle Mariners. And we will, many of you now will go to a quick ad break, and we will be right back. And for those that are still here, whatever you guys want to talk about in between innings, fights coming up. Remember that running error? Hopefully it doesn't come back to haunt them. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, if he wasn't so fat, he could have jumped higher and got that. Oh, my God. Mean, Robert. But I think you're right. All right, Astros coming up in the bottom of the fourth. Thoughts on Yan versus Sugar? Yan by knockout. I'm putting money on that out of the gate. What is Yan by knockout, by the way, I wonder? I could still type while watching and didn't know that. I got to look up the odds for... I don't know if they have prop bets up yet. They actually probably don't. Oh, there's no props up even for this week yet. There's total rounds. Oh, here we go. Fight props. Excuse me. There's only 3 up so far. Ashgar, Askarov, and Brandon Royville. And they're all to go. Oh, here we go. There's a lot of different ones. First minute finish. Decision. Fight to go the distance. Cub Swanson and Jonathan Martinez. Minus 135 on yes. Plus 100 on no. Grasso and Arejo. Minus 200 on yes. Plus 150 on no. I would take the yes on that, except for it's a 5-round fight. Askarov, and Brandon Royville to go the distance, yes or no. Minus 115 on both. All these years doing live stream, never knew. See, you can teach an old dog new tricks. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can still chat in the... Still type in the chat during the ads. Thanks for watching that ad, by the way. Every ad you guys watch, helps a little bit, so I appreciate it. And Gilbert with the first pitch of the inning, high and inside, 0-1. Or excuse me, 1-1, second pitch. 52nd pitch there for Gilbert. Yoli Gurriel up. And he fouls that one away, 1-2. And Justin Verlander's been yanked. Dusty Baker pulls him out of the game. Put 250 on Yan. Nice. To win or... Oh, wow. And there's a home run. Big one for Gurriel. It's only a matter of time. Only so long you can keep him down. 6-3 ball game here in the bottom of the fourth. 373 feet. On Jan, why? No faith in Sugar. Dude, I got very, very little faith in Sugar. Dude, he's not durable for one thing. Jan hits like a beast. I just don't see Sean O'Malley doing well in that fight. Does anybody disagree with me, by the way? I mean, I'm not saying he can't do it. I know he seems very confident going in, but Jan just seems like, man, he seems like he should be at least a 5-1 favorite. Straight bet to win. Nice. What odds did you get, PBR? And the pitch low and inside there. And a replay of that 373-foot monster. Yeah, no doubt there. Lucky fan going home with a home run ball. The pitch to Mancini, a swing and a miss. First strike for Mancini, 2-1. So a run already for the Astros. No outs here in the bottom of the fourth. 6-3 Seattle. Mancini fouls that one off into the ground, 2-2. Think we see what Sean could really do in this fight. If he wins this, I will never doubt Sugar. Yeah, if he beats Jan, I will be impressed. And Gilbert out, and right to Crawford. First out of the inning, line drive to Crawford. Man, and yeah, the replay to that, Ty France really thought he was going to make it, and he could not outrun the Astros' arms there. Gilbert with a beautiful fastball over the plate there. Owen goes up 0-1 on the next batter. Okay, bet the Mariners to score 8, bet 50 to win 57.50, so total 107.50. Damn. Not bad, man. But remember, Verlander's coming out. All right, Chas McCormick at the plate, 245 average with 14 home runs. He had a single and a run scored early in the game, but he's going to ground that one out. There is 2 outs. Still half the game left. I like your chances. No, I like the bet too. Billy there working from home today. Martin Maldonado, 186 average, but 15 home runs and 45 RBIs. First, he takes the first pitch. That's going to be a strike. Nice breaking ball there from Gilbert. Still half the game, yep. And that one's a bit inside. A ball there from Gilbert. One and one. Maldonado takes a big swing at that one and a miss. 1-2. Dusty Baker looking very nervous. Killed it on college football last weekend. Won $550 profit. Holy jeez, best one day I've ever had on college. That'd be the best day I've ever had. Most I ever won was $250 on that Curtis Blades fight that one time. I had a nice win on that parlay you laid for me last week, though. I won, what, like $227 off a $20 bet? That was beautiful. I got it on Jan at plus 187. Oh, that's great. Not the best. But I had it place it now or never. No, I think the odds have moved a lot further in Jan's favor since then. If you got it plus 187. And a swing and a miss. And the third out there. Gilbert strikes out Maldonado. But the Astros put one on the board with the home run from Uriel. Top of the fourth, or excuse me, top of the fifth coming up, 6-3 Seattle Mariners. And some of you will go to an ad break, and then the Mariners will be up. I'll let you guys know what I make from ad revenue on this, because I'm actually curious. I've never put this many ads into a stream. All right, top of the fifth coming up. I'm going to get a little bit of water. Take a quick little pee break. For those that aren't on ad. And get a charging cord for my phone so it doesn't die before the end of this. Be right back. And first pitch there for the reliever Brian Abreu, 4-0 this season with a 1.94 ERA in 60 innings. Opponent batting average is .207 and 2 home runs. And slider low and outside, 86 miles an hour, 1-1 on Cal Rowley, who had 27 home runs during the regular season. He had an RBI single so far this game, 1 for 2. And a fastball and a strike there, 1-2. Swing and a miss, and a big out there for Abreu to start things off right for him. You know, and that's pretty good, Billy. I figure you're doubling it up. Even for if some reason the Mariners don't score another 2 runs, you're not out anything. Silva's favorite at the moment at -150 or so. Thank you, PBR. Because I think Jake opened a favorite, and then people are like, what? And they started betting on Anderson, which I should already have my bet in for Anderson. Oh and 1 pitch from Abreu. 1 and 1. I'm going to say he did not go around. 1 and 1 pitch here. High 2 and 1 on Mitch Haniger. It was 246 with 11 home runs for the right fielder during the regular season. Fly out and a ground out so far this game. Oh, it says exactly. What do you think about that? I know you're, I don't know if you're kind of a Jake Paul fan, but you're not as big of a hater as some of the other ones, Billy. What do you think about his chance against Anderson? I think it's a bad matchup for him, for Paul. But, I mean, I give him credit for taking it. It's a big chance. If he wins, mad respect. Big swing and a miss there to bring it to a full count. 3 and 2 here on Haniger. Top of the 5th, Mariners 6-3. 1 out for the Mariners. Full count, 3 and 2 for Abreu. And he's given the dead eye, the wind-up fastball. And that one's down the middle. That's going to be a hit. And Mitch Haniger with the single on base. 1 out and 1 on for the Seattle Mariners. Billy says Jake by decision. I think he's going to get tired. I don't know. I mean, Anderson is 46, 47, though. I mean, Jake could win it. All right, Carlos Santana up. Abreu with the pitch, and that one's going to be low and inside. 1-0.
Santana mostly pulling on the ground. It's something we won't see next year when the shift restrictions come into play in Major League Baseball.
And the pitch, and he's Abreu throwing to first instead, trying to catch Haniger. Haniger slides back in. One out here in the top of the 5th for the Seattle Mariners. The pitch from Abreu straight down the pipe. That's a strike on Santana. You can see the focus of Abreu, the poker face. Fedor-like, if you will. And there it is. Santana gets a hold of that one, but fouls it off 1 and 2. So just about 2 hours into this game, just the 5th inning. That's because Justin Verlander, as we said, had a very un-Verlander-like performance. Took a lot of pitches to get through the 4th inning, and they got pulled for Abreu. Santana, 19 home runs during the regular season, but 60 RBIs. We'll see if he can get one here. 1 and 2 for Abreu. And a nice 87-mile-an-hour slider, and he catches Santana swinging. 2 outs. And 2 strikeouts already for Abreu, who has been stellar this year and stellar since coming in to relieve for Verlander. Generally a closer, though, this is not really a guy he's not going to finish the game from the 5th inning. They're going to need several relievers to patchwork their way through. 97-mile-an-hour fastball on the inside there misses. 1-0 to Adam Frazier, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. The pitch, and he loses that one in the dirt, does Abreu. And Frazier up in the count 2-0 with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. And you got Javier warming up in the bullpen there for the Astros, since they had to start with the relievers a lot earlier than expected. Not ideal for Dusty Baker. And here's the pitch, 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and that's a strike. 2-1. Catches Frazier looking. And relievers out there, you can see he's not watching the game. He's out there clipping his nails. Slider in the dirt, that's going to be, or slider low, that's going to bring the count to 3-1 on Frazier. Big pitch here for Abreu. 1 on, 3-1 is the count. 2 outs in the top of the 5th. The pitch, and Frazier fouls it off. Barely makes contact. And full count. Once again, like we said, full count, 3-2. Every young boy's dream. 2 outs, batter on. In a game that matters very much. And the pitch from Abreu, but he's going to ground it out, and they're going to tag the bag, and that will be the end of the 5th. Abreu retires the side. 6-3 Mariners headed into the bottom of the 5th. And some of you will go to an ad. But remember, when you go to the ad, the chat still works. All right, Astros coming up here in the bottom of the 5th. And Robert agrees. He says he also thinks Jake's going to win. I mean, nobody's been able to figure Jake out yet, which is amazing. But remember, Tyron Woodley was, not a puncher, not a striker in his MMA career. Got Paul very tired. I thought was very close to winning the first fight. Can't remember how I scored the first fight, but I know it was close. I might have gave it to Woodley. I think I did. Like I said, not a striker, and also was a welterweight. Anderson, naturally a much bigger guy than Tyron was. Fast striker. Did depend on his reflexes during his career, though, and now at 47, is that going to come back to bite him? Phillies beat Braves so far. Road team's doing well today. 2 more games today after this. Nice. Your thoughts on my 5-0 Philadelphia Eagles? They are flying, man. That's for sure. Just got home right now. Going to spark a joint, Mike. You an NBA fan or not too much? I was a Sonics fan, and then they stole them, man. I stopped watching. I'm hoping that they're going to come back here soon. Our new mayor's really trying to work to bring them back, but the NBA has to vote to expand, and I don't know when they're going to expand. I think it's got to be after the last, the newest TV contract, which I think is up into next season. I am diehard Denver Nuggets fan. Nice. All right, 1-1 to Jose Altuve. 300 average, 28 home runs, 57 RBIs for Altuve. And he fouls that one off. 1-2. And Gilbert, he's given up 3 runs with a solo homer, but a stellar game, especially for his first postseason game ever. NFC East looks to be a best division in NFL. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. Brash warming up in the bullpen for the Mariners. You hate to give it to anybody else as good as Gilbert's been so far. And Altuve fouls that one off, 1-2. Awesome on Warriors fans for both West Coast rivals. They're going to have some new teams in the next few years. I think we're going to bring a team to Vegas soon. That'd be cool if they expanded back to Seattle as well. Yeah, that's the rumors I've heard, is Vegas and Seattle. So. All right, 1-2, no outs here for Altuve in the bottom of the 5th. And wow, Gilbert really lost that one in the dirt. He's lucky there were no runners on base. 2-2. Hate the Warriors. My mom was a Warriors fan. She lived in Santa Clara, a block from the 49ers Stadium. And the pitch and a swing, and he gets him. Gilbert strikes him out with an important curveball there on Altuve. It's crazy. I'm in Santa Clara, live about 10 miles away from Levi's. The Kings will leave Sacramento. It's not sure when or where they will go. I thought they had kind of got him to stay. I thought they were staying for a while. They were leaving and they're staying. I don't know. Pena with a big swing. And that one's caught, though, for the second out of the inning. So Logan Gilbert looks like he's going to get at least to the 6th inning. 2 outs. 2 and out. Yep, my little brother's a sophomore at Wilcox High in Santa Clara last week. Nice. Big swing and a miss there from Alvarez. Jordan Alvarez is a big, big dude. 37 home runs during the regular season. Like I said, batting .306. He had a 2-run double already today. And that one in the dirt, a slider from Gilbert, 1-1. Gilbert's pitched a pretty good game when he's been low with several of his sliders and high with his fastballs, but they haven't really cost him. And there's a pitch. Alvarez hits it to first, then an easy out. 1, 2, 3 for Gilbert, and we move to the top of the 6th. Mariners are up 6-3 Seattle. And some of you will go to an ad break. Remember, your chat still works an ad, so no worries. Anybody know anything about the guy Deontay Wilder's fighting this weekend, by the way? I honestly can't even remember the guy's name. I just love to see Deontay Wilder knock people out. Santa Clara Lost Boys said it was the vampire capital of the world. It's too expensive out here in Silicon Valley, man. No, Rob, they were in Santa Cruz, but called the town something else, but close. Nice. All right, 8 up in the chat. If you haven't hit the like button, make sure and do that now. Hit that share button. Hopefully we get some baseball fans in this or some Seattle fans or something. My grandma's house was a tiny teardown, and they still got $1.5 million, which is insane. They were running a project in Los Angeles, in Orange County around Los Angeles, Billy. And the housing development guys there, this company was charging $800,000 to put homeless people in shipping containers. I kid you not. They were getting $800,000 for shipping containers. They were just stacking shipping containers on top of each other. And it's just huge tax fraud, if you ask me, it sounds like. But I don't know. Well, that's right. All the drugs and alcohol clouded the brain over the years. Feel you, Rob. That movie's amazing, though. All right. What fights are you guys looking forward to the most this weekend? I mean, for me, there's definitely the Wilder fight. I'm definitely looking forward to that. But the Cub-Swanson fight should be good. Askarov and Royville, though. And that's a big flyweight fight. All right. Top of the 6th, and you see a lot of the Astros fans that are eating their feelings of big plates of food. Mariners up 6-3. Breaking ball from Abreu, 1-0 to Jared Kelenic. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a run so far today. Just 141 during the regular season, but had 7 home runs. The pitch, and he fouls that one off. NHL opening night tonight. Yes, it is. I wish I didn't have an early day working tomorrow. But I got a new truck, so it's going to cut my hours down. Finally, it's going to cut my hours down once I get caught up now by like half. And the pitch for Gilbert, low and outside, 2-1. 23rd pitch for Abreu. Abreu, excuse me. All right, and the pitch and a swing there, 2-2. What's up, Pulse Reloaded? 6-3 Seattle. Not this weekend, but looking forward to the TJ fight. Yeah, it should be good. Are you still working out daily? I'm not working out daily. Working out more than I was. And that one's low, and there's the ball. 3-2, full count here on Kelenic. "25 pitches so far here for Abreu. You want to save him. Dusty Baker may want to save him for later in this series. There's a pop-up, though, from Kelenic, and that's an easy out. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. We need 2 more runs scored, guys. 2 more runs scored for Mr. Timebender to get himself another $50. Then maybe he can afford to tip. Then maybe he can afford to put something in the tip jar. No. Think Frankie will win his farewell fight, though. Who is he fighting? I think they announced, right? But I can't remember who it is. They also are mock Afghani towns out of them for military to practice Middle East urban warfare. Interesting. I did not know that. All right, 27 pitch there from Abreu is a strike to J.P. Crawford. Crawford, of course, had a solo home run earlier. Low and outside, 1-1. You remember who he was fighting, Billy? I thought they announced it. And there is a pitch outside corner, 1-2. Nice curveball there from Abreu. JP is patient, though. And Abreu back. Oh, and he really loses out with the slider. Almost hit Crawford. Crawford kind of had to jump over that. I think TJ beats Aljo. Unfortunately, I'm not a huge fan of either guys, but definitely not TJ because of the steroids and the sketchy Sanhagen win. Yeah, I definitely used to be a TJ fan. That definitely put a sour taste in my mouth, though. I got Aljo in that fight. Two and two, Abreu and Crawford. Oh, fouls it off. Oh, I'm pretty sure he fouled it off of his own groin. That is not good. I thought we were going to get through tonight without any low blows, but oh yeah. Ouch. Frankie fighting Chris Gutierrez. That's right. But a lot of sources are saying it's his expected last fight. I think if he starts as Chris, he'll fight again. Thank you, Billy. Frankie versus Chris Gutierrez, UFC 281. Can't wait for the TJ fight. I'm excited for that whole card. That card is insane. All right, Crawford with a smile there. The cup, seems like the cup protected him then. 2-2. Abreu to Crawford. Oh, 3-2, full count. I was a little low on the inside corner. Abreu thought he might have gotten it, but JP looked like he didn't even expect Abreu to throw a strike. He didn't even look ready to hit. Yeah, that was very close, so that's a picky ump there. I thought Abreu had that strike, honestly. And the pitch, and there he catches him looking. He gets the call that time. Another strikeout for Abreu. That's 3 for him. And 2 outs for the Mariners here in the top of the 6th. Bad call, umpire. That was ball 4. I think maybe that was a makeup call, though, because I think, I think Abreu probably should have gotten the strike the time before, but I like the way you think, Billy. I would rather the walk. And 2 outs, and they are going to go to an ad again. Some of you will go to an ad again. Staying live for any particular boxing event Saturday as well as fight night. Wilder. The Deontay Wilder fight. I mean, even though Haney and Kambosos might end up being the better fight, I just love watching Wilder fight. He's got dynamite in his hands, man. But yeah, we'll probably switch around. I don't know exactly when the bare knuckle boxing is. Somebody's wanting to watch the bare knuckle boxing. I might we might catch some of that in between, but as always, we'll do the UFC. And then, yeah, like I said, probably Wilder. Or definitely Wilder. John Jones fight against Stipe looks like it's going to happen in December. UFC hasn't announced it, I think, because they want Francis to re-sign in December when contract up. If he signs, then he will fight John. Nice. How do you think it plays out? He should finish his opponent. Right. Guys, such a KO artist. Yeah, I think so. Jones in January. This is Robert. Fury versus Chisora December 3rd. Thoughts? I think Fury wins easily. Tyson's supposed to retire instead of coming out for a super fight. He fights someone barely anyone's familiar with. That's boxing for you, right? Say it ain't so, Billy. Yeah, I got Fury all day. All right, Julio Rodriguez would be the 3rd out here for Abreu, but remember he went from from 1st to home on a double earlier. And then a triple earlier. He's got some wheels. Wow, he's first player ever with a double, triple, and 3 runs in first 5 innings of his first postseason game. Wilder versus Joshua needs to happen. Absolutely. Strike and a miss. And the Astros changed pitchers here. We got Javier up. Abreu did nicely, but Baker wanted to keep his pitch count down, I think. Wow, and a swing and a miss there. Javier coming out on fire. 0-2. Rodriguez is a fastball hitter, though. Historically, he's very good at hitting the fastball. 0-2 here for Julio Speedy Rodriguez. And that one's outside. I think Javier gave that one away. 1-2. He's trying to make Rodriguez chase something. He may not give him anything to hit on this one either. Oh, and that one's straight down the middle, and I think that surprised Rodriguez. He didn't even look at it, and there's a strikeout. And 3 and out for the Mariners here in the top of the 6th. Astros will come up here in the bottom of the 6th. Chat will still be working as some of you go to an ad. So just remember, like Robert said, guys, when we go to ad, you'll still be able to chat. My bad for all the MMA questions. These off weeks have me foaming at the mouth on this point. No, I assumed you guys would talk about MMA, so please. Yeah, don't feel bad. No, I was missing it as well. That's why I was like, man, I'm going to watch my Mariners. I got to get on and chat with the guys at least. And let's bring up, we looked at last week's card. Let's bring up UFC 280. All right, guys, let's take a look at this magnificent UFC 280. We'll look at the start of it, and then we'll come back to it later. Big favorite of Muhammad Makayev against Malcolm Gordon, minus 645. Ranked women's bantamweights, Alina Landsberg and Kara Rosa to start things off. Armin Petrosyan, this guy's always entertaining at middleweight, taking on A.J. Dobson. We'll go all the way through the prelims here. Abubakar Nurmagomedov, just a minus 175 favorite against Godzi. Omar Godziev, also of Russia. A couple of Russians getting it on there. And then Magomed Mustayev taking on Japan's Yamato Nishikawa. Zaburo Tukigov taking on Lucas Almeida. Volkan Ozdemir taking on Nikita Krylov. Mahmoud Maradov taking on Kai Baralho. And Bilal Muhammad taking on Sean Brady. Wow, that is a lot of prelim fights. I imagine some of those will probably fall off, but pitch from Gilbert, and that's high, but Haniger catches it on the warning track. 1 out already here in the bottom of the 6th. Making Haniger run on the first pitch, but good catch. Made it look effortless there. Mike wanted money back for Russell Wilson. He is so bad, he sucks. Hey, we robbed you at gunpoint. You're not getting those draft picks back. Sorry, Billy. There's a little inside info there in Seattle that Russell was more a part of. It is more the system, I think, of Pete Carroll than Russell Wilson. Geno Smith's doing just fine for us. 30 home runs here for Kyle Tucker. High and outside from Gilbert, 2-0. And Brash warming up again here in the bullpen. .280 gonna be dope. Absolutely, man. I got Bilal over Sean, man. Lots of people hate on Bilal. He's definitely boring, but I think he grinds out another win like he's been doing. A lot of fighters that aren't fan favorites, but are straight up bangers. Yeah, that's... I mean, I think Brady could take it. I lean towards Bilal as well, though. If it's a boring fight, it'll be Bilal. 3-1 here. Gilbert behind in the count. The pitch, and that one chops, and they can't get there. That's a hit for Tucker. Yeah, Tucker just a nice little bounce, almost like a bounce, almost like a bunt the way he got that, and just not enough time. He hit it high enough off that bounce. Just not enough time to get there to first, and a hit for Tucker. And 84 pitches in. I disagree with this, by the way. I'm going to tell you guys this right now. I would let Gilbert go to 100 pitches or until he struggles. But they're going to pull him out at 84. I feel that's early. I feel that's very early. I think he could go 16 more pitches easy and still pitch in 3 days. But and some of you will go to another quick ad break here, but the chat will still be on. Chat is still on. And let's look at the rest of this UFC 280 card. ESPN News, huh? Oh, wow. This is at 7 a.m. Pacific for the prelims. I'm going to have to really rush home that day. I might take that day off if I can. Caitlin Chukagan and Manon Fiorot launching the main card? The pay-per-view? Really? Oh, I mean, she's number one contender, Caitlin, but Benil Dariush versus Matos Gamrot. Benil, we'll see if Benil can get it done. Gamrot from Poland is an animal, though. And then, of course, Sean O'Malley and Petr Yan. This is what I was talking about, PBR. You got great odds at minus 187 on Yan. He's at minus 305 now. Two championship bouts. Number 2 ranked TJ Dillashaw coming in a plus 145 underdog against Aljamain Sterling, the champion. And then Islam Makhachev with his first title shot taking on number 1 contender Charles Oliveira, who lost the belt, of course, on the scale and never lost it. Oh, yeah, I just realized that. Pay-per-view card is in the morning. Very early. All right, Matt Brash, 4-4 with a 4.44 ERA. So this is a big change from Gilbert. Like I said, I told you guys, remember that I said it was a mistake to pull Logan Gilbert on just 84 pitches, 5 strikeouts so far. He was showing no sign of slowing. If you're going to put a guy at a pitch count of 100 pitches and he's pitching that well, keep him for 100 pitches. Big mistake, in my opinion, on the part of the Mariners. And Gurriel will be the first batter here for Brash. 98 mile an hour fastball outside, though, 1-0. Gurriel 2 for 2 today with a solo home run already. Only had 8 home runs during the regular season. And another, I thought that was a strike. But they're going to call that a ball. 2-0. Mancini on deck. All right, I'll put the card on the screen here, and we'll go through the main card again here in a minute. And I won't put the ad up next time. That way everybody can see it. So next commercial break for TBS. There'll be no commercial break here. We'll be previewing that main card for UFC 280. Pitch there, 2-1 for Brash. Gurriel fouls it off, 2-2. And Gurriel making Brash work already. Makes me nervous that they pulled Gilbert out at this point. I do not like it at all. And Brash back. Oh, almost hits Gurriel high and outside. And that's going to get Tucker to second. That one gets away from him, and Tucker runs to second. Wild pitch error there from Brash. Oh, yeah, he almost hits him. Wow. Gurriel having to do some matrix moves to get out of the way of that one. Full count here on Gurriel, 3-2. Brash needs a strike here. And Gurriel knows it. And now this Astro crowd, they are up and loud right now, booing Matt Brash. And Brash throws it, and Gurriel hits it, and it's caught! But he's going to tag up. And Tucker back to second, though. Cannot get to third. Great throw there from the outfield. And he smoked that one. Wow, just a great catch, though. Great catch and great throw. Girl really sucks. Girl. Oh, Brash. Trey Mancini, 0 for 2, a pop out and a line out. 18 home runs in the regular season. A DH. Oh, and an outside slider. But he makes Mancini reach for it. That's a strike, 1-1. Great movement on the ball there for Brash. And there's a fastball for Brash, 1-2. Big pitch here for Mancini with 2 outs and a runner on second here in the bottom of the 6th. This would be a huge out for Brash. His 10th pitch of the game right here. 1-2 is the count on Mancini. Oh, and the pitch, and that one gets away from him in the dirt, and another stolen base. 2 wild pitches, and Tucker moves from first to second on one, and from second to third on the next one. Wow, Brash getting wild here. 2-2 on Mancini. Tucker leading off there from third. Mancini fouls that one off. Still 2-2. Anyone else bummed? Dana White Contender Series is over. Nothing to do Tuesday nights again. I'm getting caught up on it. As I was talking to you the other day, Robert, I still got a lot of fights to watch, but I wish I could have watched them live. 2-2, 2 outs. And Mancini throws that one. That's a long throw to first. And he gets it to save the run. And that is going to be the end of the 6th. Wow, a couple of wild pitches from Brash, but he gets out of the 6th without a score. 6-3 Mariners. Headed into the top of the 7th. And no ad this time. Don't go anywhere because we are going to bring up that rest of that UFC 280 card, and we'll try to get you guys' thoughts on that. Bring up the main card here. Which starts with Misha Serkinov and Alonzo Manifield. As I mentioned earlier, I really like Manifield. Oh, wrong card. Sorry, I went back to the Grasso card. As I said, I still really like Manifield at 205. Wrong card. All right, Caitlin Chukagan versus Manon Fiat. Launching this. I have a feeling these last that fight could end up going, and Bilal Muhammad versus Sean Brady could end up on that main card, but we'll see. Benil Dariush versus Mott's flashbacks. That's an interesting idea if I get the time, Robert. And like I said, I am getting more time recently. So, Petr Yan and Sean O'Malley. Did somebody say they were for Sugar? Somebody thought Sugar was going to win, I think. I certainly don't. Minus 305. I think it's still value on Yan, to be honest. I think it's fair value, though. Minus 187. Great bet, PBR. TJ Dillashaw, just a slight underdog at plus 145 against Aljamain Sterling. I think Dillashaw is just too old to get it done against Sterling. I want to say he's like 34, minus 170. He's been hot coming off that victory over Petr Yan. I like the champ in that one. And then Islam Makhachev and Charles Oliveira. Wow. That one's almost a coin flip. I'm going to go against Robert on this one, though. I'm going to go against you, buddy. I'm going to go with Charles Oliveira to win by submission in the 4th round. How about that? You think Sugar wins. Okay. We're all allowed to be wrong sometimes, Robert. Just kidding. I will give you due credit if Sean pulls that off. All right, Ty France, 3 for 3 today, a double and 2 RBIs. He had 20 home runs during the regular season. Fouls off the first pitch, 0-1 off of Javier. Javier coming in for Abreu, who had to come in a bit early for Justin Verlander. 0-2. So Javier ahead in the count early here on Ty France. The pitch, that one, 80-mile-an-hour changeup on the outside. Ball 1. 1-2. Ty France, I said 3 for 3, gotten on base every time up. That he watched that changeup. Oh, I thought that might have been a strike. 2-2. Congratulations to the Philadelphia Phillies, who defeated the Atlanta Braves earlier today to go up 1-0. And the pitch and a swing, and Javier smokes France. Astros have had a lot of strikes today. A lot of strikeouts. One out, top of the 7th, 6-3 Mariners. Emiliano Suarez up to bat. And outside, low and outside there, the first pitch, 1-0 on Eugenio Suarez, who had 31 home runs in the regular season. I have to admit, I'm hardly wrong when it comes to fighting and judging. Like 70% win rate. And he get a hold of that one, though. And it is gone, baby! A home run for Suarez, moving it to 7-3. Just one away, Billy. 359 feet. Suarez knows how to hit fastballs. That looked like a Griffey-style swing. Old school Seattle Ken Griffey Jr., that almost golf swing. And first pitch there for Javier, fouled away. But look at the celebration there from the Seattle dugout, silencing this Houston Astros crowd here in the top of the 7th. And Rowley fouls that one away, 0-2. After giving up the home run, Javier up early on the next batter, 0-2. Yep, one more. Pitch from Javier. Whoa, way high. 1-2. Probably won't give him anything to hit this time either. And the bullpen warming up there for Houston. We'll see if Javier makes it through this inning. And outside of the plate there for Javier. No, it doesn't get it though. 2-2. 15 pitches so far for Javier. One out. Top of the 7th. Mariners 7-3. The pitch for Frazier. And that's popped up from Rowley. That should be an easy out. And Bregman hauls it in. That's 2 outs. We'll see if the Astros make a switch or if they leave Javier in for one more. All right. And Javier throws. Henniger up. Takes the first pitch for a ball. 1-0. And you see most home runs since 2018. Eugenio Suarez, second in the league with 160. And there's some smoke from Javier. 1-1. 1 for 3 with a single so far as Mitch Haniger. He did have 11 home runs during the regular season. He had a hell of an arm earlier out there in right field as well. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Javier with a chance to retire the side. With just 2 innings to go. The pitch from Javier way outside. 2-2. Still don't think they should have pulled Gilbert. 5 strikeouts from Gilbert today. And there's Javier. Oh, and he gets a hold of that one. Oh, what a catch from Alvarez, though. Runs into the fence, but he gets it. That was a shot, but a beautiful catch there from Alvarez, and that'll retire the side. Not before the Mariners put another run on the board, though, with the solo home run from Soriano. Going into the bottom of the 7th, it is 7-3 Seattle Mariners. And some of you will get an ad, but all of you will still be able to chat. And the Houston Astros will get 3 more innings, 9 more shots, 9 more outs for the Mariners to clinch this one. A lot of danger still in that Houston lineup, though. Sanhagen can barely touch Jan. Sanhagen is at least proven against good fighters. Shaughnessy's look good against cans like Weiland and Martino. Dude, I agree. My opinion, bet the house on Jan. Especially if you got minus 187 like PBR. I can't believe you got minus 187 on that PBR if you're still in there. I don't think I've ever even seen that good odds for that fight. But, man, it is what it is, as Max Holloway would say. Yeah. I'm not generally a baseball fan either, guys, but I am a Mariners fan. And like I said, 22 years since we've been to the playoffs. I'm very happy to see them back. Bottom of the 7th coming up for the Houston Astros, down 4 runs. I said an epic start to the game from the young Logan Gilbert. An off night tonight for Justin Verlander. Gives up 5 runs in 4 innings. Definitely not like him, but he is 39 years old, and apparently he is human. All right, and we are back at Minute Maid Field, the home of the Houston Astros. And it doesn't look like anyone has left this ballpark. They have faith in their Astros, and for good reason. They have a lot of good hitters on this team. But they have dug themselves a big hole with just 3 innings left. There you see Logan Gilbert, 5.1 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, just 5 hits given up, 2 walks, and 3 earned runs. Verlander, just 4 innings pitched. Excuse me, I said 5 earned runs, 6 earned runs in 4 innings against Verlander. And Diego Castillo, 7-3 with a 3.64 ERA. Will come in to close for the Mariners here. Or at least, I guess, still mid-relievers. Bottom of the 7th. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. Minute Maid sounds good right about now. All right. Christian Vasquez, 9 home runs during the regular season, up to bat first against Castillo, and his first pitch is a strike. Sinker and a slider, not a big fastball guy. And that one's fouled off. Castillo goes up 0-2 in the count. Taking shots of silver tequila since game started. I'm drunk. If you took a shot every time they had a commercial break, you might die. I don't know. The drunken charge might not die. I would. And that one's fouled off from Vasquez. Still 0-2 for Castillo. And Castillo was the one that closed it up, at least for the pitching, against the Blue Jays in that epic Game 2 comeback. 0-2, Castillo to Vasquez, and Vasquez fouls it off again. So Vasquez, at a minimum, sat on making Castillo throw a lot of pitches. 4 so far, but 0-2 and no balls yet. There's one more run. Let's go, boys. Get it done. I'm rooting for you, Billy. Oh, and that looked like a strike, but they say that fastball was not. 1-2. Going to be high. 282 average during the regular season for Christian Vasquez. Dropped a little bit when he left Boston and came over to Houston. Shot an inning. I'm up to 7. Damn. And you don't even have to stop drinking during the 7th inning stretch because you're not driving. Oh, and there's an error. That bounces off a glove. I'm not sure if they're going to say that. I think that's an error. But anyway around it, Vasquez is on first base with no outs. Good start to the bottom of the 7th for the Houston Astros. Just watch that hit. Hits off of the wrist of Ty France. Rare error for the shortstop. They're going to say it was a base hit, but I think usually Ty France usually gets that one. I think he knows it. All right, Diaz up now, takes a strike from Castillo. Diaz pinch hitting here for Maldonado. Aledmez Diaz, 12 home runs. Pinch hitter during the regular season, 243 average. And Castillo, 95 mile-an-hour fastball. Diaz fouls it off, 0-2. All right, here we go. Third pitch from Castillo, and Diaz fouls it off. Not going to be playable. Fouled it up, but into the crowd. Diaz could become a hero right now. Andres Munoz warming up in the bullpen. Even if Castillo is perfect from here on out, they won't let him pitch the rest of this game. He's a mid-reliever. And there it hits it down the middle, but one. He's hoping for the double play, but it wasn't hit fast enough. That's one out. Runner still on first. All right, Jose Altuve, top of the lineup, up 300 average, 28 home runs. He has a walk and a run tonight. High and inside, ball one. Not the guy you want to make a mistake against. Oh, Castillo way outside. Ball two. If you had to pick one fight to watch every day for a long time, which fight would you pick? Connor Diaz too. It's probably my favorite fight of all time. As far as MMA. Boxing, my favorite fight. There's a few of them. Man, you know, Wilder Fury 2, or 3, excuse me. Wilder Fury 3 might be my new favorite fight. Before that, it was probably James Toney and Vasily Jirov. This crowd loud and proud right now. The pitch, there's a strike, 2-1 for Castillo. And the pitch, and Altuve hits it, but that's going to be one. And there's the double play. And the inning is over. And you see the fist pump from Castillo. Huge double play for the Mariners. Top of the 8th coming up. Mariners lead 7-3. All right, and top of the 8th coming up. We need one more run. You got to stick around. We need one more run for Billy Hughes. And anything can still happen. Houston still has 2 chances. 8th and the 9th inning. Gaethje versus Chandler was a hell of a fight. Yeah, that's another good one too, man. MMA would be Gaethje versus Chandler. Yeah, that's a great one. Juan Marquez versus Pacquiao too is another good one. Come on, one more run for Billy. Diaz Connor 1 would be a great one to watch every day too. It'd take you less time. Anybody excited about this Black Adam? I don't know much about Black Adam, but I don't know. It looks good. It's been I cannot remember the last time I went to a movie theater. Honestly, the last time I went to the movie theater, I think, was 2019, and we didn't see a movie. We watched the Metallica and San Francisco Symphony concert that was playing in the theater that me and my daughter Rebecca had already seen, but young David and my wife hadn't seen it, so we all went to see that. And I couldn't tell you what the last movie was I seen in the theater. It was a long time ago, though. Oh yeah, Gotti versus Ward that's a great one. Can't lose with that one. The first one, they're all good, but New Werewolf show looks good. What's that? What? Oh, I remember seeing something about a new werewolf show. And high and outside ball one for Hunter Brown, who's 2-0 with a .89 ERA in 20 innings. That's going to make it tough for you, Billy. But they only need one. And a swing and a miss, 1-1. Top of the eighth, Seattle Mariners leading the Houston Astros 7-3. No outs. 1-1. Brown. The pitch, 2-1. Carlos Santana not falling for that last one. He's a patient batter. 19 home runs for the DH this year. The pitch, and he fouls that one off, 2-2. You know what's really good? I know it's been out for a while, but I just started watching it. I watched like the first 3 episodes. Is Electric Dreams. That is a really trippy show. Very enjoyable. 2-2. The pitch from Brown. Santana chops it up to first, and that's going to be an easy out. 1 out here in the top of the 8th. We need one run for the time bender here. Just one. Adam Frazier up 1 for 3, a single and a run today. And you say that's a strike. I thought that was actually too far outside, but I don't have the same view as the ump. 0-1 here for Brown. Throws it again. Frazier check swing. Didn't go around. 1-1. I wonder what we would have gotten straight up betting on the Mariners, Billy, to bet against Verlander. Oh, and that one drops in there for a strike. Nice little sinker there for Brown. And Brown with the pitch. Oh, Fraser hits it at the pitch there, but they're still going to be able to get to it, and that's 2 outs in the 8th for the Seattle Mariners. He bounced it off of Brown, off the pitcher there, but Houston's still able to get to it. Yeah, it hit him in the wrist. But Pena scoops it up, and all right, 2 outs, top of the 8th for the Seattle Mariners, and Kelenic up to bat, and there's a base hit. Right down the left field line. 1 on with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th for the Seattle Mariners. Black Adam is a big-time enemy of Shazam. Is he really? That sounds good. Yeah, God of War 1's a hard one not to watch, not to think too. I love watching James Toney fight, though. Like I said, Toney versus Vasily Jirov. Give me Toney versus Evander Holyfield. Man, he had a lot of good. Toney versus Michael Nunn. Something about a guy that can stand right in front of you and just his little shoulder runs. I mean, the guy was just magic. And right down the middle of the plate there, Brown going up early here, 0-1. And that one's high. A ball there, 1-1. One and one, top of the 8th here for J.P. Crawford, who had a solo home run earlier in the game. We're all watching to see if you make your money, Billy. Need one more run from the Mariners. One on, 1-1 against J.P. Crawford. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Oh, and he really swung at that one. And the double play, the strikeout, and the throw to second. Wow. Great play there from Pena. Caught him stealing. Excuse me, no strikeout, but Kelenic caught stealing. And we will head to the bottom of the 8th. Mariners leading 7-3. Remember, chat still will be working, but some of you will get an ad. And let's look ahead to like the whole schedule for the rest of the year, because there's a lot of good fights left in the UFC this year. Let's go to October 29th. Let's go to Cater and Allen. Arnold Allen and Calvin Cater. That is a great card. Edson Barbosa and Ilya Topuria. Well, let's start in the prelims. Excuse me. Where's my manners? Christian Rodriguez against Garrett Armfield to launch things off. The young Chase Hooper. Washington's own Chase Hooper. About an hour. Yeah, wrestled in Ellensburg, Washington. About an hour, hour and a half from me. Taking on Steve Garcia at featherweight. Jeon-Young Park will return against Joseph Holmes. Andrei Arlovsky, the former heavyweight champion and the most tenured fighter in the UFC, taking on Marcos Rogerio de Lima. Mark Madsen, always fun to watch, taking on Drakkar Klose. Philip Haas, also entertaining, returning against Roman Dolidze. It looks like there's going to be some pretty close odds on some of these. Odds not out yet for this card, but Dustin Jacob, Khalil Roundtree Jr. Man, is this guy violent. And he returns against Dustin Jacoby. One of the biggest middleweights on the planet, Trishan Gore, taking on Josh Fremd. Jared Vanderay, heavyweights Jared Vanderay and Waldo Cortez Acosta. Is this guy, Robert, if Robert's in from his ad, is this guy from Contender Series, Waldo Cortez Acosta? I don't think I remember him. Max Griffin at welterweight return against the Dirty Bird, Tim Means. And then Ilya Tupura, Edson Barbosa, Arnold Allen versus Calvin Cater. Another great card on the 29th. And dang, I forgot to put it up again. Post reloaded at 7-3 Mariners. Bottom of the 8th. Jeremy Pena, the shortstop, up to bat. 22 home runs during the regular season. I'm back. What's up? I was going to ask you at heavyweight. Waldo Cortez Acosta. Do you know who that is? Was he on the Dana White Contender Series this year? I'm assuming he was. All right, Andres Munoz, 2 for 5 during the regular season, but a 2.49 ERA. And Pena fouls that one off. 1-1 for Pena. Munoz, the former Padre, now with the Seattle Mariners. And Munoz, here he comes. Beautiful curveball. 1-2. Wow, good luck hitting that. It's actually technically a slider, but that was a high slider, 100 miles an hour. Munoz just throws fire. And the pitch, and straight to Ty France, though. Line drive to France and 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. So 5 outs for the Seattle Mariners to clinch this, or 5 more outs for the Houston Astros to mount a comeback. And that's what I do like about baseball, is a lot like MMA. You can be losing the entire time. The only thing that matters is what happens in that last inning. Strike there for Jordan Alvarez, who's 1 for 3 today. And Munoz up 0-1. Wow, and another beautiful slider on the inside of the plate, 0-2. Wow, it was a 101 mile an hour sinker. Look at the movement on that ball. And Alvarez catches that one, though. That's a foul. No, that is fair. Wow, and Alvarez, that was a slow run and a good throw by Haniger to only get that to a single. I thought that might be out of the park there for a moment. He hit that too hard. Got back to him too fast. Yeah, he gets that a little higher. That's out. Damn, off the wall. And Haniger gets a great bounce to get it back in, though. Oh, he is definitely a monster. Oh, yes, he was on DWCS. I figured, Robert. I've not watched them all yet. If I don't recognize someone, they're most likely on Dana White Contender Series, since I watch pretty much every UFC fight. Wow, another slider. Swing and a miss there from Bregman. 1 out, runner on first, bottom of the 8th. Seattle Mariners up 7-3. 23 home runs, 93 RBIs during the regular season for the third baseman, Alex Bregman. The 9th pitch from Munoz, and he does not get the strike call on that one. It's close, 1-1. Another 100-mile-an-hour slider. Munoz is he's just got one of those special kind of natural talents that just, those guys that can throw consistently and accurately over 100 miles an hour are rare. And that one's out of the strike zone, 93. Changes it up there, 2-1. Munoz reminds me a lot of John Smoltz. He's actually got a little bit more on the ball, though. Maybe not quite as much control as Smoltz. John Smoltz, former longtime Atlanta Braves, though, starting pitcher, and then was a... Oh, Bregman got a hold of that one, and it is up, going, and it's off the wall. Gone! A 2-run shot from Bregman in the bottom of the 8th, and we got a 2-run ball game. Hold on to your seat, guys. I would not go anywhere. 101 mile an hour hit speed. He bombed that one, and that's the problem. That's the one problem with throwing really fast pitches, is when they get hit, they come back really fast. Oh no, not a comeback, Robert. Well, Billy, I'm sure wouldn't mind extra innings, give himself another chance to get that last run in. Wow, that is a sky ball. No doubt about it when that left the bat. Bottom of the 8th, 1 out after a 2-run homer from Bregman, 7-5 Mariners. And this crowd is alive now. Bregman woke up a monster. Munoz with the pitch, 101 mile an hour slider. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Kyle Tucker, 1 for 3 today with a single, 30 home runs during the regular season. 107 RBIs. A home run here would get them within 1 run. Oh, and he went for it there. Fouls it off, 0-2. Another 101 mile an hour slider there for Munoz. Call this guy the Dragon. Munoz, he throws so much fire. 0-2, the pitch, and Tucker fouls it off. 14th pitch from Munoz. Gurriel on deck. He's 2 for 3 with a solo home run already. Unless Tucker hits a double play, Gurriel will come up to bat this inning with a chance to tie the ball game. Oh, and Tucker swings and he strikes out, and Gurriel now will not have a chance to tie the ball game, but a strikeout for Munoz, a big strikeout for him. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Gurriel, oh my goodness, there's so much movement on that ball. Wow. And I tell you, I know it's not the World Series like when I tried to cover like last year or the year before, that the pace was so slow it about put me to sleep. I know it's still just playoffs, but man, the pacing seems much better on this game. Fastball just outside, 1-0. Not the guy you want to get behind and on the count. Honestly, I might walk Gurriel, especially if I got behind in the count. And Munoz catches the outside of the plate on that one. And a nervous Dusty Baker looking on. And that guy's been in the league forever with the Giants. Most of his career with the Giants. And Gurriel gets a hold of that one, and that's at least a single. And Gurriel, 3 hits on the night. Wow, and a 2-run game with 2 outs. A runner on first. Wow. That was not an easy ball to hit either. 100-mile-an-hour slider, and he just got a hold of it. Right down to center field, over the head of the second baseman. Dusty Baker was the manager for the Giants, the Cubs, the Reds, and now the Astros. Thank you. I was trying to remember the other teams. I remember the Cubs now, you say that. And Mancini with a swing and the miss. The first pitch, Munoz up 0-1 against Trey Mancini. Mancini, 18 home runs, 63 RBIs during the regular season. 20th pitch coming for the reliever Munoz. And when you throw fire like that, 20 pitches is getting pretty close to... Oh, and that one got away from him. High and outside, 1-1. Mancini looking for his first hit today, 0-3. Oh, and that one really got away from him, almost in the dirt. He's got to be careful there. 2-1. And, I mean, I'm assuming whether he gets him or not, I'm sure Mancini will be Munoz's last batter here. And this crowd is electric right now. 2-1 for Mancini. And he fouls it off, 2-2. Yeah, if Mancini would have swung just a little earlier on that one, that could have been trouble. 2-2, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th, 1 on. Mancini up for the Astros. Seattle leading 7-5, and a swing and a miss, and Munoz gets him. And the Mariners are 1 inning away from winning Game 1 of the ALDS. And some of you will get an ad again, but like I said, you can stick around with the chat. You'll still be able to chat. As we head to the top of the ninth. I guess I should make the score bigger probably. You guys probably can't even read that on the phone, huh? Oh, I guess you can. Still kind of small though, isn't it? Oh my goodness, another Halloween movie? What is this, like Halloween 19? It's gotta be. Yeah, I knew Dusty Baker had been around for a really long time, though. Manager for the Cubs, for the infamous Bartman game where the fan interrupted Moses Alou catching the ball and Cubs ended up losing the Marlins. Oh yeah, that's right. My father-in-law is a friend of Dusty Baker. I guess they used to go hunting together. Dusty Baker used to go hunting on his ranch, actually, in Northern California when he was with the San Francisco 49ers. I guess he hasn't talked to him in years, but he says they're friends. I think maybe Dusty just was using him for his hunting land, though, so I'm not sure. Or it says it's supposed to be the absolute last Halloween ever, they're claiming. Yeah, didn't they say that about Friday the 13th, too, though? Like Jason goes to hell and then he comes back, and I don't know. I think they're still going on that. Halloween 1 was one of the original horror movies, though, but I think it's one of John Carpenter's worst, honestly. And I believe he's the master of horror. The Mouth of Madness is my favorite horror movie ever. The Thing, one of the greatest horror movies ever. Also a Carpenter. But Halloween, he missed with that one, I thought. I know some people liked it. Obviously, they keep making them. In the Mouth of Madness, and then second, maybe Friday the 13th 3, the Dream Warriors. Oh, and a swing and a miss. They're from Crawford, 1-1. Crawford, of course, with a solo home run earlier in the game. Swing and a miss again, 1-2. Montero coming in here in the top of the ninth, throwing some heat right out of the gate. Trying to make sure the Mariners can't put any more runs on the board. Trying to ruin your bet, Billy. Just one more run. Come on, is it really? And then Crawford down the center, but to Tuve and Altuve to Guerrero, and that is the first out of the inning. 2.37 ERA for Rafael Montero in 68 innings pitched during the regular season. Opponent's batting average 193. All right, 7-5, top of the ninth. and Montero throws a floater over the top of... that is a ball to Julio Rodriguez, who's had a hell of a game. 2 for 3, a walk, a double, a triple, 2 RBIs, and 3 runs. 28 home runs during the regular season. And I think Billy might kiss him if he hit a home run right here. Pitch, high, 2-1. Rodriguez ahead on the count. Even if he doesn't get a home run, you want to get this guy on the bases, Billy. He can run. Montero with the pitch and a big swing there from Rodriguez. 2-2. 1 out here in the top of the 9th for the Seattle Mariners, who lead the Houston Astros 7-5. Montero back with the pitch, high, full count, 3-2. This is going to be an interesting pitch for Rodriguez. Does he hope that Montero can't find the plate? Look for a fastball over the plate here from Montero. Three and two. And Rodriguez will be watching this one with a careful eye. The pitch, and he hits it, but that's going to be... Oh my God, what a catch! A flying catch on the warning track from Tucker. Wow. Wow, Kyle Tucker trying to rob your money, Billy. Almost, Billy. Damn, yeah, that was close. Wow. Man, white men can jump. And a swing, and that'll do it for the side for Seattle. So unless Houston can send it to overtime, it looks like you go even on the day, Billy, but bottom of the 9th, Houston down by 2 runs, but they scored 2 in the last inning with a 2-run homer. This game is anything but over. And I'm going to send some of you off to one more ad. Please don't leave. If you want to skip the ad, if you have to, skip it. But gets me a little bit of money. Leaves me money to bet on the Yankees over on runs. Nice. Now, break evens. Hey, break even's not a bad day. The reason break even's not bad is because if you got the wins and you got break evens, as long as you don't have any L's. All right, here we go. Switching to the bottom here. Little nervous, guys. Little nervous. I said I'm gonna come back to us pulling our starter early if Houston comes back in this 9th inning. And you still have a chance. It's not ideal for me and the Mariners, but you still have a chance. Like I said, if Houston scores 2 runs and ties it up, then we're going to see a 10th inning and Seattle could put more points on the board. All right, 6 up watching. Hang around, guys, and we'll talk MMA for a minute when this is over. So, looks like this game's going on, well, 3.5 hours. First pitch schedule was thrown out at 12:37 Pacific time. It's now 4:03 here. All right, we are back in Houston, Minute Maid Stadium, bottom of the 9th. No outs for the Houston Astros, trailing the Seattle Mariners 7-5. And here we go, a swing from Vasquez. Let's see if that can be caught from the catcher. It's in the crowd. Vasquez first up to bat. Paul Sewald, 20 out of 25 saves this year, 2.67 ERA. I mean, I'd be more comfortable, if he was like 23 out of 25 saves, but 2.67 ERA for Sewald. After Vasquez, the Astros will have a pinch hitter and then the top of the order. There's a hit on the ground, and that'll be played by G.P. Crawford to France, 1 out. That top of the order is a nightmare. And Sewald would definitely like to have 2 outs going into it. David Hensley up next. 345, 1 home run, 5 RBIs, a pinch hitter during the regular season. Wow, a lot of movement on that one, but not anything good for Sewald. That's a ball. 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Houston at bat, Seattle leading 7-5. Houston hit a 2-run homer in the 8th. The pitch from Sewald, there's a strike. Little floating curveball right over the plate. Sewald, the pitch. Whoa, the 1-1 pitch way outside. 2-1. That one got away from him. Robbie Ray warming up in the bullpen, the left-hander, just in insurance here for the Mariners. Robbie Ray's not a reliever. He's a starter, so the Mariners would really like to not have to use him. There's a strike from Sewald. 2-2 count coming to Hensley. Altuve on deck. If Hensley could get on base, this would be huge for the Astros with the top of the lineup coming up. The pitch from Sewald and a foul. 2-2. Hensley's at least going to make him work here. All right, the 2-2. The pitch inside, 3-2. Full count. Bottom of the ninth. 1 out. Count is full for Hensley. Seawald with the pitch. 3-2. Here it is. And he fouls it. Hensley's really going to make him work. Six up in the chat. Don't forget to hit the like button before we're done here. Bottom of the ninth. Few Mariners fans in the crowd. Not too much. Oh! And he hits him. And you see a lone Mariners fan putting her hands over her head here. Last thing you wanted to do was walk Hensley. With the top of the order coming. Oh, yeah, either way, whether it's a ball or a hit, it was a walk because it was a 3-2 pitch. Wow, the nerves of the Mariners right now. 7-5, Altuve up. This crowd on their feet. Momentum swinging towards Houston. And they're going to put in Jake Myers as the pinch runner. Much faster runner. Altuve, not exactly the guy you want to face right now. The pitch from Seawald, and Altuve cracks it, but it's foul. .300 average, 28 home runs during the regular season, 57 RBIs. Ice water in his veins. Oh, 1. Seawald with the pitch. And a swing. Altuve misses. 0-2. Big pitch there from Seawald. And look at the movement on that. It's a beautiful curveball. Big pitch here for Altuve. 1 on the pitch, and it gets away from him. 1-2. Got to be careful not to throw it in the dirt here. Or if you're Billy, maybe throw it in the dirt. You want Houston to score 2 runs so Seattle can come back and score again. But got a 7-6 ball game earlier. The Philadelphia Phillies squeaked by the Atlanta Braves in game 1 of their series. The pitch from Seawald, and it's a big one. And there's the swing from Altuve. He fouls it off. Oh, no, that's a strikeout. He did not foul it off. He misses. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth, 1 on. And this is truly the backyard scenario. You're in the playoffs. You're playing this as a kid. You got the wiffle ball. You got the plastic ball. You're playing with your friend. It's the playoffs. It's the World Series. It's the 9th inning. You're down by 2. You have 1 on. How many times did Jeremy Pena do this in his backyard? And the pitch from Seawald. Strike on the outside corner of Seawald. 22 home runs for the shortstop during the regular season. 1 here would be the biggest of his career. Alvarez on deck, already 2 for 4 tonight. The pitch from Sewald, and a swing and a miss. 0-2. 2 outs. 2 strikes. 1 on, bottom of the 9th. This is going to be Pena's dream or his nightmare. Same for Sewald. Sewald back, the pitch, and it's in the dirt. Good job by Royville, the catcher, to stay on top of that, to keep the runner from moving. One and two, the 18th pitch tonight from Sewald. And it's through the middle, there's a hit! Pena delivering one of the biggest hits of his career, 2 on with 2 outs. What a nail biter. Wow. And Robbie Ray, the starter, will come in. Seattle's wanting to take no chances here. What a beautiful hit there from Pena down the middle. And they'll tell Sewald, thank you for your service, but we're going to go in another direction. As Robbie Ray warmed up, this is not a starter's job, though. This is not generally a starter's job. They very rarely come in like this to relieve for a game. Last time I can remember a Seattle Mariner doing this in a big game was when Randy Johnson came in and relieved 3 innings the day after winning a starting game to get the Mariners into the playoffs on a 1-game playoff against the Anaheim Angels. In 1995, refused to lose season. Maybe goes to extra innings and Billy gets his 8 runs. That's true. It definitely could. And a commercial break, and you guys will get one more commercial break. I hopefully earn another penny. And we'll be back for this crazy game. Bottom of the 9th. 2 outs, a starter coming in. Robbie Ray, like I said, first time I remember that a Seattle starter has came in as a reliever in a big playoff game since Randy Johnson came in on 1 day's rest to pitch the last 3 innings of a 1-game playoff game against the Anaheim Angels. Robbie Ray in 32 starts is 12-12 with a 3.71 ERA. Opponent batting average 231, but the strike ratio is what they're looking for. 212 to 62 during the regular season. This would be the first save of his career. Wow. Looks like we lost some viewers to that last ad break. Well, that's fine. Sorry, guys. I got to make money, too. Wow. And, yeah, Sewald's going to be seeing, that hit, that last ball in that 3-2 count where he hit that batter. He's going to be seeing that in his sleep tonight. Hopefully, for him, it won't be because of a losing effort. Yordan Alvarez, 2 for 4 today with a double and 2 RBIs and a run scored. 37 home runs, 97 RBIs during the regular season, and a 306 batting average. This is the last guy in the Houston Astros lineup you want to see if you're the Seattle Mariners coming into this. Man, do you walk the bases loaded? I honestly think I would. Alvarez fouls that one off. And I mean, man, what pressure to put on Robbie Ray as your starter too. The pitch, and a swing from Alvarez. Oh my God, it is gone! A 3-run homer from Alvarez, and the Houston Astros come back in the bottom of the ninth to win 8-7. Are you kidding me? I told you not to bring in Robbie Ray. I told you to walk Alvarez. I told you. What a win for the Houston Astros and Dusty Baker. PR, if you're still in, congratulations. A hard-fought victory for the Houston Astros. And Seattle just came back from 8-1 against the Toronto Blue Jays. They gave up a similar lead tonight. And I'm sure the biggest hit of his career for Alvarez, the slider on the corner, and he just jacked it. A perfect hit from a huge human being. Hate them damn Astros. They always do this. Sorry, Mike got hurt. So, yeah, I wish we would have won. After 22 years, I felt fortunate on watching playoff baseball. We were right there. We still got 4 more games. That's a hard one. I'm not going to say it's not. That's a hard one. See you later, Mike. Nice stream. See you this weekend, bro. And damn, Mariners lost. Yes. Yes, it is. All right. For those of you still in here real quick, I want to look at what boxing's going on this weekend. I'm going to bring up the boxing schedule. There is so much boxing coming on this weekend, guys. I'll just forget about that game right now. A few years ago, when I quit watching baseball and different sports, maybe 10 years ago, I would have literally been breaking stuff. Now it's, you know what? Thanks for the memories, guys. Thanks for a great night. All right, guys, here is the boxing schedule. Had to feed the dogs and so some other stuff, and I come back, and they came back. Yeah, it's weird. There's a lot of good main events for boxing. It's weird they're doing this to me. Yeah, why are they doing it all at the same time, though? This is insane. So you got Deontay Wilder versus Robert Helenius on, I believe, the Fox Sports pay-per-view. Is Haney and Kambosos also a pay-per-view? The ESPN pay-per-view? Are they going head-to-head? Or is that a free fight, I wonder? Does anybody know? It doesn't say whether it's pay-per-view on here. Just fed my dog, too. Mariners up better pitching in game 2 and 3. So you guys have a shot still. Man, we had one of our best starters up there tonight, but I have no idea why they threw Robbie Ray in that position. That was just, and why you pull your starter at 84 pitches when he's throwing a magnificent game. I said it was a mistake then. Hope that Haney fight's free. That would be nice. Yeah, it would. I said Deontay Wilder versus Robert Helenius. Devin Haney versus George Kambosos. I don't know why it's not on here, but Clarissa Shields is fine. Oh, there it is. I didn't scroll up far enough. Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall on ESPN and Sky Sports. So we got 2 events? Oh, that's an early one. Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall. So that'll be an early one. Then you got Wilder and Helenius in Brooklyn, New York. This might be an early one too. Haney and Kambosos, because it's in Australia. Then you don't have anything really big the next week, but the week after you have Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva. You got Diaz and Zapata. Yeah, why do they do this to us? Katie Taylor and Carbajal and Vasily Lomachenko returns against Jaime Ortiz. The Saturday after, Dimitri Bivol and Gilbert Ramirez. I don't care about these Floyd Mayweather exhibition bouts anymore. Does anyone? Hasim Rahman and Vitor Belfort. That's going to end up being the fight. I got to take Hasim. Hasim Rahman Jr. against Belfort in a boxing match. I got to take Hasim. And then Josh Warrington, Luis Alberto Lopez. I thought the Fury fight was before the end of the year too, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not completely final. Krista Shields should win. She was the underdog coming into the betting though, Billy, and then people kept betting on Shields. She's a slight favorite now. Houston Astros, the Da Vinci of cheating in baseball. Rockman versus Belfort is on the zone. That should be a good one. I'm a Billy. Boo Astros. Only way I care for a Floyd exhibition is if it's against Nate Diaz. Heard that could be an option. Fury fight is December 3rd. Yeah, I was wondering why they didn't have it on there, but I don't know. BoxingScene.com. Anyways, real quick, we'll look at the UFC fights we have coming up just this weekend. This evening, one more time. All right, guys. Grasso versus Sorojo. May be surprising that that's the main event, but this is a pretty good card. 2-time fights with Friends veteran Mike Jackson taking on Pete Rodriguez. You make some money there. As I mentioned, Diaz and Gracie protege, Nick Maximov. He's got his hands full with Jacob Malkoun. These odds, I think, are very accurate. They may even move more towards Malkoun. He might be a favorite by fight time. Rafael Assunção in the sunset of his career, taking on just a beast in Victor Henry. That guy's tough. Jake Paul wins. Rematch Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz. And co-main will be Logan Paul versus Nick Diaz, Super Bowl weekend. That would be incredible. Heard Nate Diaz met with Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. Looks like Nate might go WWE. Oh, he should. I will start watching WWE if Nate's there. I will do a fight companion for that. Really good fight night to me. And I don't think Nate has the personality to really fill that acting part, you know. Nate versus Logan in WWE 2023. I think they would use him sparingly with sparingly lines. Kind of, you know, like Lesnar will do like just like a couple. Lesnar's a great WWE star in every sense of the manner. Don't think I'm saying he's not, but you know, if they use them very sparingly, a line here, a line there, kind of like they did Mike Tyson. You know, Mike Tyson didn't have a lot of lines, didn't do a lot, but he drew a lot of attention. I said Misha Serkinov and Alonzo Menefield starting off the main card this week. That Alonzo Menefield is underrated, in my opinion. This could be a main event on a fight card right there. It's opening up your main card. Dusko Todorovic coming back against Jordan Wright. Another great fight. That could be a co-main. This could definitely be a main or co-main on a card. Askarov and Brandon Royville. That's a great fight. Cub Swanson returns. He's getting older, but he's always fun to watch against up-and-coming Jonathan Martinez, who is just a stud. And then Vivian Arreo versus Alexa Grasso. He has that gangster mindset, not really that acting gig. He's just an OG from the hood who got into MMA. Yeah, it's true about Tyson. Alonzo should finish. Misha here, man. Guy's a hammer. Yeah, I want to put some money on Manny. I got to put together a well-thought-out parlay like the 11-1 one I scored on last week, but I got to bet more than $20, so I got to think about it. All right, 9 up in the chat. Hey, thanks for tuning in, guys. Final score, Houston Astros 8, Mariners 7. An incredible comeback for the Houston Astros, scoring 5 runs in the last 2 innings, capped off by a 3-run home run. And I will even make it official. As much as that does kind of hurt me. But there you go, 8-7 Astros. I got Ashgar on that fight. Thinks he makes it boring. Wrestles to a decision. I think he wins too, Isaiah. Help me put together a parlay here real quick, guys. I really need a parlay this week. And I'm not going to tell you guys why I need money, but I need money. I got myself in a little overextended buying a new truck here at what ended up being an inopportune time. I like Victor Henry. For me, that's a likely lock. I like Alonzo Menefield, another likely lock. I like Dusko, another likely lock. I like Askarov. I don't see any other likely locks on here, but that's 4. I'm gonna bring up DraftKings for everybody to see, and you guys, let's see what we get to in odds here. You don't like to admit you're desperate, but I'm a little desperate. All right, we're gonna bring up DraftKings here. As soon as I'm logged in, I will show it so you guys can see. I don't bet on DraftKings here. I can't, but I can bet our casino now has DraftKings. And Billy's bet for me on DraftKings a couple times. So we're going to go to Sportsbook. We're going to go to MMA, UFC. Let's put together us a parlay. I like Victor Henry. I like Alonzo Menefield. That brings us up to minus 105. I like Dusko. I like Askarov. So 3-1 plus 311 on a 4-pick. Askarov, Dusko, Menefield, and Henry. Oh, and they just changed. Plus 309 now. Wow, that was a quick change. Did you guys see the odds change to Askarov? Right now. That was crazy. All right, still 3-1. Wow, those odds are changing fast. Money's coming in on Askarov and Royville. That's the action right now. I haven't seen anything else move in a while, actually. But I don't know. I think that's a pretty good parlay. See what do you guys think? See you guys later at the finish packing. Have an awesome night, fellas. All right, you too, Robert. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We might do another one of these. Some kind of stream should before Saturday for MMA. I'll let you know. As always, I love you. I respect you. And I'll see you fine.